You're watching pressure, not panic, not chaos, just pressure. Because strength doesn't need to shout to be real. Becoming confident, convinced this space should crack. That numbers and noise will be enough, and the first attacks hit the wall the way they always do. But every unit they send, every strike they commit, it isn't breaking anything. It's feeding it. You can see the moment it sets in, when confidence turns into hesitation. So they push harder, more attacks, more resources, more effort stacked on top of bad math. Fires don't start here. They start on the way out. Because this wall wasn't built for highlights. It was built for endurance. Wave after wave, the result stays the same. Because defense here isn't passive, it's patient. This is what happens when pressure meets structure, when noise meets restraint, when ego meets a wall that doesn't care. Welcome to WWC Live.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Gather round. Welcome into WWC. Oh, good to be back. Stretch the old legs here. And get ready for quite the one. Let me make sure I got everything all set up here. Yep, looking good. All right, so Mewtwo will join us around quarter after, so about 10 minutes. We will get Mewtwo in here. So happy to have a conversation with a killer, if you will. Oh, he is quite the killer, actually. We'll find out about our WWC fights. We had an actual undercard this time, so we'll find out the results of those. We have quite the agenda. We have the 3v3 final we need to talk about. This whole, I gotta tell you, this whole free-to-play conversation about pausing gameplay has lit quite the fire. Listen, I'm incredibly excited that it's becoming such a firestorm and people are talking about it. I'm seeing it on Discord, I'm seeing whatever. So we'll certainly dive into that. Listen, the more we talk about it and the more people raise it, music to my ears. I'm sure it's music to most of your ears too. So we'll keep harping on it because so far, guess what? Haven't seen anything new come out. So don't know necessarily if it's working, but I can tell you that it's not doing anything bad right now. It's because it's so far we're where we want to be, I would say. At least I would think the majority of people where the majority of people want to be. I won't generalize everybody, but yeah. So we'll obviously dive into some of that came up this weekend. Some more. Had a very interesting battle this morning I was sharing on the heck server was that 1376. I shared that this morning, just a quick battle. It was awesome to see. Just really the participation was phenomenal. I couldn't not share it with folks. I shared the link and I just kind of stood in awe for a minute of the participation that was going on for season 3 server at 1376. I will also say that I looked at the new servers, and it looked like the newest server I think was like 2186 or something. Actually, yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was 2100 and it was almost 2200. I know that. So I was like, okay, we're still going right along. It's funny because somebody had told me they were in 100 and I don't know, 26 or something, and they were about 15 days behind me as far as number of games played. So I said, wow, that's really fast. Because I was thinking to myself, well, in 15 days, that added 50 servers. That was 2 years ago, right? So I'm like, wow, that seems really fast to add 50 servers, in 15 days. So you track that though, and after 2 years, it seems like we're on a similar pace. It seems like they're adding around that every 15 days, 20 days. They're still adding 50 servers at a clip. So, man, I don't know. It was eye-opening for me when I saw both of those things. They were both good signs, I guess. Nothing but opportunity there with more servers coming in and more people learning the game, as far as I'm concerned. So it's all good there. All right, woo is for the children. Welcome in, sir. Always good to have you. Hulk Crash. All right, man. Nice to see you. We're seeing you multiple times. I'm starting to see you. See you on Discord. See you around. Seeing you in the community quite a bit now. Welcome in. Good to have you around. Farmer Nibs popping in. Always good to see you, my friend. Noodle, man. Oh, poor Noodle, bringing that energy. Noodle, I would have had you. I would have had you on. Like I had whatever. You're welcome to join us in the conversation if you want. I didn't know if it was a sensitive subject you wanted to even talk about it with Mewtwo this weekend. But you're always welcome to join, Doodle. Always happy to have you in. Chicken Charlie, welcome in. Friend, what's up? 2017 hand of God. No 401 is I don't even know what the hell you just said. Holy shit. It is early to be hitting me like that, Fred. What the hell? 2017 hand of God. I don't even know 401. Dude, what are you throwing at me, Fred? I mean, you new to these parts? I feel like if we were in person, you just threw up a bunch of gang signs at me. I don't know what's going on. 2017 hand of God. Oh, okay, drink it. All right, thank you. At least that's all you had to do. One word explained everything, Fred. All good. Welcome in. There, see? We can just move past it. It's all good, man. Me and you on the same page now. See, now if we were in person, it was like I just kind of tap glasses with you. Me and you on the same page. All right. Your server is 20. Oh, now we're going to piece it together. You're going to explain yourself piece by piece. It's all right. We could have moved on, but okay. Shout out to server 2017. Good man. We were just talking about what Hulk Crash said, 2190, and 2017 is not far away. So, you are just starting out. Good. When you just start out, let me tell you, Fred, when you just start out, if you're not a spender, it's a good time to drink. You know what I mean. If you know, you know. Because it is rough beginnings out there. If you're not in a top alliance or you ain't spending, it's a tough beginning in this game, man. We were just talking about not that long ago, Fred. You know all too well waking up to those empty grill grounds, I bet. Waking up to that "you've been breached" screen. Oh man, your base has been breached. Nothing. What a horrific message to log into the game and see. At least they give you warnings now, like your base is under attack. Like back in the day when there was snow, we went uphill to walk to school. 10 miles. They didn't give us those messages to let us know our base was breached. The only way we knew is we were in the middle of some random woods somewhere. We didn't know where we were, and we had no drill grounds. Our resources were shot, and we just got a message that said our base has been breached. that was it, brother. That's all we had. That's what we logged back on the game for. So yeah, it's all part of the experience, Fred. It's all the people who buy accounts to start playing the game. They skip all that. See, they miss that stuff when they just buy an account. So you're just going through the paces, Fred. If you make it through that time period without quitting, okay, uphill battle, no problems. It's all downhill from there, my man. It's all downhill from there. Don't worry about it. That period of time takes out so many people. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many people that just quit. They just can't take it. They're like, screw this, man. Every time I log on, I build these troops and they disappear. I build these troops and they disappear. What a waste. We've all been there. All been there, brother. Yeah, the grind's fun. Listen, if you're loving the grind, Fred, that is one thing that never ends. You will, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you get tired of the grind. I don't know, but if you love it, you got plenty of grind ahead of you, man. It's that won't stop, so that's fun. All right, so, all right, Chicken Charlie. All right, Chicken Charlie. This is, by the way, help me out in the chat because I got to get Mewtwo in here, and I don't know. Sometimes people join and we start answering questions, and people don't know how. Like when I'm conducting interviews, it may be different than other people. But I like to pay attention to whoever I'm bringing in for guests for the show, so I won't really answer questions in the chat. We'll get to them afterwards. So for all you that are in the WWC community, if people pop in the chat and ask and don't know, please help me out. Let them know that you know, I'm not ignoring them. I'll just wait and hold the question. And I'll be back. But Chicken Charlie, always with question. Let's see. Is there anything tanks can do against air? Very, very, very far. Is there anything tanks can do? Well, tanks. I mean, Stetman, with the Stetman 30, I feel like it depends on how your build is. Trying to think who you can throw in there from a tank perspective. You know, I really need to count on the. Here's my problem, Chicken Charlie. It's kind of my blind spot is tanks. And it's annoying because my team isn't even built enough to fight. So I've had to go like 6 months without fighting with tanks. So it's so difficult for me when it comes to tanks and fighting. I gotta lean on the battle reports to see how people are out there trying to fight and do the 4v1 with tanks and see. So we've seen a lot. We're going to get to a lot of battle reports, Charlie, this afternoon, though. So I have a ton of them in stock that we're going to go through. I can tell you right now, I have 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we got? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I have probably like 30 battle reports that I have to go through that I'm backlogged here that I need to get into. So I would love to do that and then take a look at some of them to see if we have any 4v1. But man, the community got to help you, I think, with that one, Charlie, because all I've seen, I haven't even got Stetman to 30 yet. I do know the battle reports that I have seen with Stetman 30. It seemed like they were putting up decent fights against air. But they also had all, you know, most exclusives were 30, most gear was filled in. I don't know. Let me hit Mewtwo in here. Maybe he's using tanks. He's got 100 million squad, so I'm sure he's got 3 teams built out. This guy's killing it. Let me get Mewtwo in here and we'll drill him with the question. All right, let me see. Let me go find it. Yeah, let me go find this cat. Get him up. All right, let's see if he's on. See if he's on and dialed in. All right. He's ready. Let's see. Now let's see if I can do my magic. Do our magic. Oh, Mewtwo. Hold on a second. Now let me pipe you in. I got step 1 done. Let me get step 2. Act like I know what I'm doing here. I got that part, and then okay, let's test it. Test. Go ahead.
Test.
There it is. You are in. Look at this. I'm telling you, Mewtwo. I'm starting to pick up the pace around here with this stuff. Actually, I'm telling you, more and more I get to know what act like I know what I'm doing, man.
Are you on Streamlabs or what do you use?
Prism.
Prism, nice.
You a little bit louder. I don't know if you're loud enough out there. If I got your volume up. I think so. I think you're good. I think you're good. I think I'm good. Hey, man, good to have you in. Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
All right. So, hey, before we begin, you're 100 million marks out there.
I wish.
So listen. So let's see. Like you tank against air. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Tank against air. You mixing it all?
No. I'm air, right? So
Oh, so
I will say
you're in my spot.
Yeah.
Well, no, your tank is second then. If you're air, right?
Yeah. Tank is second. But no mixing really.
No mixing.
I found best results I've found are just going straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah. I've ran it in the 3v3s. I've tried everything. And I haven't seen any different results that I'm necessarily proud of, right? Like, I mean, even if you think of, probably the most useless air hero, right? Carly.
Right.
I've tried her there. Doesn't help. So, I mean,
well,
I've just ran straight up.
It's interesting you bring that up because when you say that, right? Carly is like the default for us, right? Because if we're using 4v1 and we're taking out Murphy, then we're putting in Murphy. We have nowhere to do with Carly, so then we're like, all right, let's try over here and here and here, right? What's interesting about that is when I run into stronger tank squads, I find the full air with Carly is actually stronger than the 4v1.
Yeah, so, and I've seen that in my own battle reports, and I think that the main thing there that I've always seen when that does happen, because we were in, I can't recall if it was a Desert Storm or what it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but somebody had like I want to say it was a 90 million tank march.
Yep.
And it surprised me. And I was like, holy cow. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then, when you get into the sauce of it after everything and review the battle report, it was mainly everybody's, 30, right, in their exclusive weapons. So I think that's really the biggest tank differentiator is if everybody on that squad is exclusive level weapon 30.
I totally agree, and that's what I was saying. Like I'm so used to seeing these battle reports, but a lot of the ones I'm seeing, everybody has tank and they're level 30, and it's just crazy, to look at it because you're trying to help people who aren't level 30, who don't have that, right? Like they might be free to play low spenders and they're looking for a little mix action to figure out, hey, how do I deal, especially early on? Like, let's be honest, airs rule the roost early on, right? Like it's just, you reach that point of the game around, I don't know, season 1, season 2, around there where everybody starts doing that switch where everybody's air and then they start powering through. And you're getting these enormous strong and then just beating tank, which then actually leads everybody to make a mistake. Because if you didn't switch early enough, don't do it. Once you get to like season 3, don't start then because you're actually fine to just ride the storm. Just ride the lightning and get to season 5 at that point with your tanks.
Yep.
Because then it straightens itself out. You know what I mean?
100% with how many missile teams are coming out.
Yeah. Everybody starts switching and you're gonna, like you just said, that's the first thing that made me smile was when you said, I ran into a 90 million or 90 million missile or tank. I wasn't expecting that. It's because they sneak up on you.
Yep, every time.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But anyway, Chicken Charlie had that question right before we start, so I thought he hit you up. So welcome in, sir, the killer of all killers. Welcome in to the WWC.
Thank you.
So before we begin, I got to know Mewtwo. Are we a big Pokemon fan? Like you're just a big fan or what? What's going on?
Yeah, definitely, right? I think I grew up in the Pokemon era, right? Right as I got big, I always had cards as a kid, and I never really left that scene. I've got friends that do Pokemon Go, like YouTube and things like that. I've got, a fairly large card collection on my walls in front of my computer, like graded cards specifically. I'm not a big pack guy. I don't open packs or anything like that, but I'm definitely a card collector. Probably got about graded like Mewtwo and Mew cards, probably about couple hundred, like 2, 3.
So did you get into the whole like Pokemon Go on the phone where you chasing around, where you were running into traffic?
Yeah, and I still dabble in it. I definitely am one of those people that have multiple accounts, multiple phones, driving around doing raids. I've traveled for that game. I've been different countries. I've been different states. For like the Go Fest and things like that they have.
All right, cool stuff. Because I seen it and I'm like, I obviously I wasn't a big Pokemon guy, but I seen it and I was like, man, I didn't even know what the hell it was. I'm like, what? How do you say that? Right? And then everybody's
struggling.
It wasn't too long before everybody in the chat's calling me out, like, well, it's of course what it is. But the problem is, they're like, of course what it is. It's Mewtwo, and they're saying I don't know how to say it. And I'm like, man, I promised you, I was like, I got to go on, YouTube and figure this thing out. Because I'm sounding like a jerk off on here. Like, you can't even say the guy's name. So what is up with the kills? I hear you had a good day yesterday.
Yes.
And so a good day for Mewtwo. First, before I get in there, I'll start telling a story. Hey guys, I don't know if you know out there, so while me and Mewtwo are chatting, getting caught up in this, I want everybody to just kind of guess how many. Did you tell anybody else how many kills you had? Are there people out there that know?
I think
they got a cheat code?
I think outside of maybe like my R5 and R4 chats, probably not.
All right. Well, I want everybody out there to guess in the chat how many kills Mewtwo had in that 24-hour kill event. I want to see some guesses. So Noodle, right? We'll cut to Noodle. Poor Noodle got stuck, and I knew you felt his pain because he got stuck with the shield day, essentially. He was like the first week of a season. There's nothing to do. I think he's season 5, if I'm not mistaken. If I don't know, Noodle was out there. I think you're season 5, right, Noodle? If it is, I mean, either way, like most week 1s of seasons, you're killing zombies. You're not killing people.
Yeah.
And then they kind of cut you off from a lot of stuff, and then you can go into the server, but then everybody's shielded. You don't have as many choices to kill people. And if it is season 5, and I'm correct, they don't let you kill everybody like yet on the other servers and stuff. So you're kind of locked down, and so you only have your versus opponent on like the first week, I believe. So I think he was kind of stuck,
Yeah, and I think that's also maybe a big consideration as this continues to roll out, because that is kind of one thing, right? I mean, obviously I've seen Noodles profile photos, those type of things. And it's not that he's not a killer, but sometimes it's the luck of the draw, because I luckily am, postseason, server versus server war, so we can kind of port to all those losing war zones and, find those bases and things of that nature. So I mean, ultimately, I think based on the situation, probably would have won, either way, I guess you could say, in a term of just him being not, just versus opponent / their server. So I mean, I think that just kind of is what it is. But
What are those
unfortunate.
weeks for you? Like you run into, like he ran into a shielded, couldn't get the kills. What is that for you? Like when you run into those dead things, because you're just a killer all killer. So like, what do you end up with if it's a shield day? Or you,
I would say, I mean, it's the numbers for me are kind of skewed, right? Because I have a personal goal number. I want to kill about 4 million a week. That's just kind of my goal, right?
Mhm.
Um, it seems like a low number, but I'm still in 1 to 3 million. Um,
So
but I also
even
do
if
think it kind of depends what you entice to at the same time. If you're sitting
so
in the mud or something like that.
So even if the versus opponent is shielding, because we all know those terrible servers that you end up with, everybody's shielded and nobody wants. So even if you end up like that, you're still scoring a couple million kills, even if that happens.
Yeah, because I mean, regardless, right? My goal is my goal, so I know that pretty much at all costs I got to hit that, right? Because a lot of it is also, you know, shout out to my alliance, but it's like I have a goal for them, right? I want to have a top versus score, those type of things. I'm going to spend more time in that scenario fighting if I need to reach my goal. Ultimately, there's that top 100 killer list, right? I want to get there. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna sit there and pretty much do it at all cost.
Yeah. So you're sitting, just to let everybody know who's unfamiliar with you, talking to Mewtwo, the WWC heavyweight champion of kills. 296 is his server, and 130 million is his kills. So that's pretty amazing though, because you don't have a shield buster. Like some of us just end up in crappy versus kill days, and there's nothing we can do about it. We feel trapped, but somehow you got some shield busting ability that even after that first hour, 2 hours, you're still finding them. Is this a 24-hour stalking event, or when you get into those tough areas, how do you get it so high?
Yeah, I think that is an additional thing, right? I mean, depending on somebody's like days off, right? You kind of message me that message like Saturdays are bad for your health, right? Just as a joke, but um, I'll even if I have to, right? It's lunch break at work or something like that. It's planning maybe that day as a day off. I would say the average time I go to bed on a kill night for me, like server resets 8 o'clock currently until daylight savings, but I'll go to bed if I go to bed at 5 to 4 a.m. Especially right when that 4 hour window is super sweet and super critical. As soon as those buddy shields start to fall off and scouring the map for hours.
That's incredible, because
Yeah.
you're the type of guy who everybody else goes, doesn't this guy sleep?
Yeah.
And you're like, no. So you're basically saying, no, I'm just up killing. You're just sitting there now. Like what's the secret? Are you a night worker, or are you like a day worker and you're just coffeeing it all night? Like what's your staying up trick?
Yeah, no, ADHD is just a blessing. I just constantly am up. I work during days. I've always gamed. I've streamed, played a lot of Fortnite, those type of things, and for me, gaming and staying up long hours has just always been a thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now
And my mom was sick when I was younger, so I took care of her in the middle of the night. So
okay, and
it was
is single also a thing? Because I'm pretty sure wifey would kill me if I was just sitting there all day, all night, killing only every weekend. So is single a
nope,
thing as well, or
nope, married.
wow, that
Yeah,
is a great woman. I mean, you
yeah.
got a good situation going on. So you're up 5 a.m. What does that Saturday morning wake up call look like? Is it like just a few hours, or
So that's kind of where I say if I go to bed, um,
because you might
because
pull an all
let's say I go to
nighter?
bed at like 4. Yeah, if I go to bed at 4, I'm getting 2.5 hours. I'm up at 6:30. I'm at work at 7:15, prepping for the day.
Man, yeah, absolutely impressive. Absolutely
Can
impressive.
your wife talk to my wife? That's awesome. It's a
You're
great comment.
you're getting into the mind of a killer right now, everybody. This should be a Netflix special. I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. This is really good stuff. So you are really letting people know, like, if you're waiting for him to sleep, because I know all you out there that have to play 296 that see this up there, PWR on your screen, and
Yep.
you're like, oh, hey, by the way, while I'm seeing that, I didn't get you in Canyon, did I? And you weren't part of it? We
No,
played.
I don't know.
Pete, hold on, look at
Yeah,
this. Oh, I don't know. I don't have it
saw
up here,
that.
right? Oh yeah, wait, Canyon. Okay, watch this. Hold on, I think it was Canyon. It might have been DS, but I think it was Canyon. Hold on.
No, it was Canyon.
Oh, right here. Yeah. Holy shit! I played you in Canyon. You just weren't in that group, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't in that grouping. I
Oh
saw that
my!
video when you posted it a few weeks ago. I was looking
How,
for my base. I was like, "Where's my at?"
that just freaking crazy. That just hit me. Holy shit!
Yep.
Wow! I almost ran into Mewtwo. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. I got to be honest. I would have been starstruck. I wouldn't have known what to do.
Starstruck is crazy.
It just, so anyway, so you're up all night, which is funny because I feel like all those people out there that have to play you and they see you coming up, they're like, man, this guy's going to shield when Mewtwo goes to bed or whenever he's, going. That's when we're going to go kill his server. And just news for everybody. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Like, there is no safe time.
Yeah, that's what's funny even for myself, right? Because we have the naturals that we look out for, like guitar and things like that. I check in with every alliance weekly. I'm like, can I just leave my base here unshielded if I go to eat or something? Because there are those VIP teams that'll come hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy that loses everything.
Right. Yeah. Well, you would hope that some engineer would throw a buddy shield on you or something at this level, you know what I mean? With all the killing that you do for everybody else, you would hope they'd have your back. And somebody would always, it would be a reserved Mewtwo buddy shield,
Yeah, it's funny because I've had somebody do that once, but I wasted it instantly,
Yeah.
and it's bouncing around a lot too.
Oh, I'm sure you are. So okay. So we have a bunch of people that guessed how many kills. So you want to share with everybody this weekend for 24 hours. How many kills did you end up with?
7,848,000.
Yeah, that's right. So it's about 7.8 million, a little over 7.8 million in one 24-hour period. And Chicken Charlie, you were the closest with 8 million. So I will also tell you, Chicken Charlie, that Mewtwo, who had won $50 in bricks for his fight, threw his money back to the community and said, please give it to somebody in the community. So, Chicken Charlie, send over your ID to my Discord, and I will send you the $50 in bricks that Mewtwo was supposed to get last week. There you go. Good guess. 7.8 million is unbelievable. Like, it's just a number people throw out as a guess, but the amount of work that goes into 7.8 million is awesome.
Like, I tend to miss. We have obviously a multicultural alliance, which is pretty sweet, and I typically my Sunday I'll sleep in past all of our alliance exercises.
Oh, listen, you got to sleep at some point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, you're going to have to sleep. But so 7.8 million is awesome. And we did last week. I don't know if you saw it, but we had Beck on for the coordinates list. Shout out to the coordinates people, Wolfie and friends at the coordinates list, our partner. So we went over, Beck came in, we were going over the VIP 18s, the top 10. Did you see that at all?
Yes.
So did you see when we saw the kills and we started looking at the kills list? Oh, you were on, right?
Yep. Yes.
So apparently that wasn't the actual list. I'm being told that if you took in all the servers, like all of them, that there are people that are high up. So Beck is looking to correct that. He was going in and like checking the kills, and the coordinates list, folks, are or just Beck, I'm not sure which. We're going to straighten out the total kills. But you are not far away from the top 100 in last war in the kills list.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a goal, man.
That's pretty badass. That is pretty
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we now we have to get you on that list. I have to see it. So
yeah, we're working overtime to get there for sure.
yeah, 8 million. 8 million is
we got to have a 296 Alliance member in there somewhere. Got to put on for power.
Crazy. All right, so while we have you in, let's do two things. So for all of you that didn't know, this week we had the second battle that Mewtwo was in after beating Baja last week. He faced Noodle this week, bowl of ramen, and Mewtwo won and defended, and still defending champion Mewtwo. And I got to be honest with you, at this level, at this rate, I mean, really, like at this point, anybody. This guy take on anybody. I mean, the right week where like just he's in like a server war or something or whatever's open, absolutely anywhere. I think at this point it's getting to the point of you might as well have Qatar and Mewtwo go at it 1 week for this title, because I'm telling you, Mewtwo is ready to take on all comers. But when you accept a title fight against him, just be aware. It's no sleep. It's all night. It's 8 million kills this week. It's another planet. It's crazy. It's crazy. So congratulations, sir. Once again.
Thank you.
You still have your kill title. Actually created on Discord, on the WWC Discord. He now has his own role on Discord as the WWC champion with a little title emoji next to his name. So when you see him, give him a shout out there as the WWC champion. So with that, we have you in. Let's take advantage of it. I know you had some awesome kill tips to give folks in regards to how they can at least have their best shot at killing. So yeah, let's dive into some of the things that you kind of start with when you do this killing.
Yeah, so I think, you know, as we talk about, like, let's say season 5, right?
Yep.
And I know if quite a few people do this, but if it's, say, versus or say somebody on that map that we're going to go against, one thing that I traditionally have done for a very long time is editing players' nicknames. Qatar, for instance, right? Not to gas him up too much. He's a great guy. But he likes to change his name and he likes to change his base. He's the #1 killer in the game, etc. So you know he's coming, you know he's cooking somewhere. So one thing I always do is I go through and I'll label, let's say, the high-powered players or somebody that I think I'm going to maybe match evenly with in a term of overall squad power. And I'll go through and I'll label their nickname as their THP. So I'll go into the versus opponents.
So let's
search
do that.
Individual powers.
Let's show people. Let's go and do that. Let's go hop into 124. So basically, you pop over to your versus opponent server, right? Before.
Yep.
And then you're kind of gonna go what? Like scope out there.
So like yeah, find a base. Click on the base and then click on server rankings.
So this
and
is
go to
kind
that
of
total
what you're
hero power.
Look for, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
I would click, say, I don't know how to say that name. I apologize, but I'd click
Leonito?
that top player. Yeah, Leonito.
Yeah, he's he is unbelievable.
A monster.
Yeah, he is. He is definitely a monster. Okay. And so then you're just going to pop in. So for those that don't know, you can nickname anybody, which, by the way, is really the battle against the people that change their names during server war. This is a way to counter that as well, because you can make it appear however you want to. So what you're doing is you're coming in here and you're changing their nickname here, their username, but your note name will be their power.
Yes.
So he is, and oddly enough, he is the number of the beast. So he's 666.
I would, so no, I would not go there, right? Because we all just know that that number is traditionally just based on troops.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to go, yeah, you're going to go to THP. You're going to go here and go 454. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes more sense. So you're just going to go, you're going to put 454 in there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it? You just put their number? So you know?
I put 454 THP because that means I know that I edited it. And that's potentially somebody to watch out for, or definitely get the hell out of Dodge.
Got you. So then you're going to we're going to save that as his name.
Yep.
And now wherever they are, where's KNM? Just find him. KNM. Here they are. So he's somewhere in here. Oh, he's probably right. Oh, no, they got two. Oh, there he is, right there. So now you can see his name will appear as 454 THP.
Yep. Because no matter if he changes his name on his side or his base, right, or the base effect and tries to come and get you, you're going to know who it is. For instance, it was last week against Baja. Qatar try to meet up with me in 349, and I was like, nope. I left.
Well, I mean, he's on another planet too. Like as far as you're going to battle like head to head. I mean, let's be real. What was he? I don't know. Beck. What was Qatar? Was he number 2, number 3, or something? I forget what he was on the list, but he was close. He was top 3. I know that.
Yeah.
So I understand. Sit there. I'm not gonna go.
I was not sticking around. Yeah. I might kill his Loki. Might.
Yeah. Right. All right. So you're doing that. So you're popping over. I know another thing you said too is you do some homework before you even pop in here, right? Like not only that you're finding the top THP people and you're labeling them. So that's something to take in, guys. Like he's going forward and understanding who the real top people are at Total Hero Power of the server and popping their names in. So that way when they show up, he knows exactly who they are. And then you're also doing some other homework, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so additionally, right, I mean, kind of depends what your objective is. For me, objective is pretty much kills, I think the overall lagging measures, versus points is cool, but I'm going based on pure number for kills. So potentially as you scroll through like versus and you see next week who you're up against or so forth, I can go to those servers, right, and I can check out the alliances that maybe don't shield as well. What players maybe fight off the rip every week. You can kind of just overall see the generalized picture. But I'll go through like a hive to me that's messy is significantly harder to find an open base rather than a hive that's neat. So as I go through, I'll look at everyone who averagely doesn't shield, maybe a base that was burnt, etc. And I'll kind of just study their layout for a minute and then just see where I can go in. If you're looking at the top side of that hive right there, say 2 people next to the helicopter and the castle, if both of them aren't shielded, I'm porting right in the middle, right? Because I know that spot's not going to be filled either during Buster or before, and that's just going to give me the perfect opportunity to hit quickly and be right there.
Right, just like this, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that, first of all, that's absolutely unbelievable. He's next level. So Mewtwo basically saying he's checking his versus layout for who is coming up. He's not even looking at the team that he's facing. He's looking at, he wants to know, He wants to know the teams that are actually coming up that he might face. That's what he wants to know. And then he's getting their server number. By the way, where do you get the server number from?
Ooh, coordinates list.
Oh,
Specific.
our partners over at the coordinates list. Hear
yes,
that?
specifically shout out to my plug, Panty. Appreciate you.
Great plug. So he's going to the coordinates list, folks. They're sending him the server. He's then popping over a week ahead of time. A week ahead of time, folks. And he's studying your server, because at that time it makes sense why you're doing that, because during the kill event, they're all shielded. You don't want to know right now when all the shields are dropped. You want to go take a look at things as they stand in the middle of the kill event, is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you want to see, do they have neat servers? Do they have unorganized server or unorganized here? And you're kind of watching for where spots might be coming up.
Yeah, 100%, because the messy server alliance layout, that's easy to find holes in, right? I mean, you can see one directly right there.
Yes. Yep.
And additionally, it's harder to see who has a shield and who doesn't during that time, as opposed to when everyone's basically in a grid system, right? Because with the grid system, you can just go line by line and quickly check.
Mm-hmm.
And that almost makes it easier, especially, we talk about the investment of using diamonds and when to use diamonds. If I see a base that's open in the middle of their hive, I can diamond march it and continue to hit, because I know that based on my ranking research that my first squad's not going to die before all their troops do.
Amazing. That's incredible. I love that. So you're scouting them ahead of time. You've named everybody for THP. You're ready for that. You've scouted the server. You've scouted what the different alliances layouts look like, which ones are more vulnerable to your studied attacks are. And so is that pretty much top out your homework at that point?
No, right? I mean, there's there's a lot, right? Homework for me, talking about just preparation for a buster. And this is, I guess, where I got into the conversation. I believe was Plantar. I believe was the name. I apologize if I said that wrong, but just having ports ready, right? I'd say if you're going after a buster score or kills, it's early on is the best deal. Quickness is needed, right? So speed equals ports.
Yep.
So going with that is make sure you have enough in stock, right? Making sure that I have 5 to 6K in stamina popped. I'm not going to be in the middle of a battle or sending a squad somewhere and not have enough stamina nor enough ports to move. Also, just trying to notate too, right? As we look at like buddy shields, say you're hitting a base and somebody buddy shields it. I know that in 4 hours at maximum, I'm going to come back and probably find that base unshielded.
Oh, so how are you going to know that it's a buddy shield versus a regular shield?
I would say the 99% of the fact is that player, in my personal opinion, right, has not shielded, so they're probably not likely to get on to shield again, because I think anybody that plays this game and trains troops traditionally and that cares about the timing of it is already going to be shielded.
I gotcha.
Everybody knows in season 5, right, what buster is. You're going to lose them if you don't shield. So the likelihood that base sat there for 5 minutes past buster didn't have a shield, and now it does, is, as I'm hitting it's probably not the player.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, who cares, right? It's move on to the next one, because I've done my homework to see how other many people are not going to shield.
So is it, though, that they're use the buddy shield and it might come up in a couple hours? Is that a timer that you're using on that person to come back and check at that time because it just went up? Or is it you're so active and looking anyway, you don't need a timer?
I'm too active in looking at it, right? I mean, I have, 9-10 hours from the battles with Baja that I'm just sitting there staring at bases, scrolling through the map, to where I'm likely the likelihood that it falls off and I don't see it within the first 2-3 minutes is very unlikely.
Mm-hmm. And just so we're like everybody understands, I mean, a typical and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is what something myself would do. This would be myself on a typical kill event day. And let me get their middle. So people typically the strongest alliances are usually around the capital. So it's a good place to start, right? Where
Yep.
you're zooming in and just a little bit out because you're just really looking for shields because you don't care. So we're in the middle of the kill event. Let's say we're 3 hours in, 4 hours in, right? Everybody's shield is supposed to be or whatever, 5 hours in. At this point, we're just got this bird's eye view where we're looking for shields, right? Here.
Yep.
And then we're over and we're looking for shields. Right?
Yep.
And then we're over here and we're looking for shields, and then we come around, we make the full circle to all the alliances here. And then we kind of, for me personally, and this is where I'd like to know for you, I start with the circling out. So up, I see these guys, I'm going to go there. And then I just kind of keep doing that circle for myself until I get something like this. And I get it. How are you are you doing something similar to look for these outside ones that are away from the main capital?
Yeah, and I think, right, depending on where you're at, if it's a straight versus, you have no servers to bounce to, anything like that. I hate to say it, but those alliances on the outskirts are typically one of the first ones I would go for, because they're probably not as a competitive alliance as the others surrounding the capital. So their likelihood of somebody being super serious, throwing on a shield and not getting a buddy shield is probably slim to none, just based on the pure activity, right? Because that's 124 from the looks of it, right, is a pretty strong server.
Yep.
And you're going to have typically your more serious players around that hive or around, the castle, essentially. So I know that somebody in that hive at some point's losing a shield, so I'll typically start there and then start to work my way around the capital.
So you might start a little bit after the beginning of the kill event. You're cleaning out somebody like these guys. You're cleaning them out.
Yeah, and then additionally too, right, other players are doing the same thing. So I'm going to find somebody who's fighting them first, and I'm going to take that person out of the equation so I have more bases to hit.
Gotcha, because you're also getting the attackers of that alliance. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about RSS people that are trying to collect during kill events? Are they getting the old Mewtwo sideswipe?
Yeah, everyone's getting it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, like, the whole collecting during kill event, it's very silly. Like, honestly, you can't be mad you're getting hit in a collector because you just should not be collecting during kill event. Like, it's just, I'm sorry, don't collect. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you'll have those players that they only want to lose those troops. So you'll actually sometimes on a slow, on a slower night, right? So if I was in Noodle's shoes, right, I may go to that server and look for somebody who's there because they want to get their boxes filled, right? Especially the free-to-play player who maybe doesn't want to sit there and lose all their troops, but they want to lose/kill enough to get their boxes. They'll send you 10 to 20 kills, 10 to 20,000 kills sometimes just by going to tiles. And they do it purposefully. Yeah. So there's times you'll see, 10 people from an alliance going to the same tile.
Just giving the kills.
Yeah, and it's free, right? It's just free kills, because as a spending player, likelihood that, the gap is not super big for you to be able to send maybe your second or third march out for them to earn a little bit of kills / you get some kills.
So now I got to ask you, how do you deal with a server where you're trying to get your kills and, you end up with somebody like this who's coming to get you, who's waiting for you, stalking you as you're coming into the server? How are you dealing with getting your kills with that?
So I've been traditionally, right? I think a big piece of it, every hive has their defender, right? I'm a natural fighter in that aspect. We now have 296, a homegrown VIP 18, right? If I'm not there, X is coming for you, right? So one thing is considering is if I looked at that base, right, 454 THP,
Mm-hmm.
are they super active? Is my question in terms of a kill
Yes.
event? Because,
Yes.
are they there, right? Is the question. But that's also traditionally why I've labeled them the way I've labeled them, because if I need to just move, I can move, and
Mhm.
I'm going to know where I go, and I can probably get a bunch of kills before he finds out where I'm at. And I think every buster, it's natural that when somebody is being hit or their hive's being hit, they'll post the cord. So, in their world chat,
Mhm.
that somebody finds it. But I'm either, somebody that high, I'm probably not going to stick around. But if I've labeled them and they're similar THP, I'll take that fight.
So let me ask you though, when you're moving, let's say, because you said you stock up on the teleports, and by the way, when you said stock up on teleports, what's a typical number for you that you have for teleports that you think is a safe number?
Safe number to me is
Yeah.
having 60. I would say I have about 100 in stock.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. 60.
Yeah.
I tell people, you using teleports. I tell people that you want to like VIP, you want to get all these points with these diamonds. I mean, you're using 60
Yeah.
teleports at 1,500 diamonds a whop. It's crazy.
Yeah, I went through 200k diamond this last one, and that was still even with me utilizing the free one, right?
Yeah. Right.
So,
Okay, so you got the teleports, you can port around. Now, let me ask you the strategy. Is it to, if you're over here, like we talked about, right? You're over here walloping these folks, and while you're doing that, little 454 THP comes over and tries to protect. Are you returning to your server, or are you relocating maybe on this server still because you don't want to get stuck with the 5-minute countdown?
traditionally, I'm just moving somewhere.
Okay.
You could do the Baja Shuffle. You could just go to the other side of the hive if you wanted to. If there's that many bases open.
The 4-square shuffle is infamous. Man, Baja's got it down pat.
Yep. Yeah, I'm typically not going because I know there's kills. So I'm just relocating within the versus server.
Okay, so you're staying. It's just somewhere you're gonna stay. You're gonna hang around. You're just gonna go somewhere in that server because you don't want to get stuck with the clock, right?
Correct.
And lose valuable kill time for Mewtwo on their server. So you're around somewhere, and you're just jumping around.
Yeah. And I think it's also, strong note that I would still suggest is, in the gift shop, it's also using random teleports, because say that player is a lot more active than you thought they were going to be, just random teleport, and it makes it 10 times harder for somebody to find you in a sea of bases.
Yeah. Just think if there's actually that improvement in the game that everybody's asking for with that like shortcut on the screen for us to use in your inventory, because you're trying to get to that random teleport that's buried somewhere. Imagine if it was just available on the screen over here and you could actually use it with the quickness, like, get use out of it. What's funny is everybody thinks the developers won't do this because it's going to cost money. But what truth is, would probably spend the teleports faster if we had them readily available, right?
Yep.
Like, sure, they might be cheaper because they might be the alliance ones or the random ones, but I don't think people understand at the clip you would use them, that you would probably you'd enjoy the game more, and you really probably would spend the same amount of diamonds. You would just use way more randoms.
Yeah, I think for me, I would. It sounds weird, but I think I would definitely be spending more diamonds, because the fact of the matter is, if I'm more confident that, like, hey, I still have 50 in stock, like, I'm probably going to bounce around a lot more.
Yeah, I gotta believe that too. Like, if they were just more available, like, the random and the alliance, you're gonna use them all the time. Like right now, we don't use them, and sure, you do the advanced, but also I think that people just kind of stop too. Like, it's not like people are endlessly gonna use, like me and you are having a different conversation, right, than free to play and low spend as far as advanced teleports go, because people can't afford the teleports at this level. So it's just a kill conversation, not, we're well aware of the spending level that we're talking. But at the same point, free to play low spend that have these advanced teleports, it's not like because they they're using advanced teleports more often because there's not a shortcut. They just stop doing the kill event. Like, they just can't do it anymore. They lose all their troops because of it, and then it's over. So it's not like they have the option to go and spend and get 12 advanced teleports. It's that, if you actually allowed them to use something like the advanced teleports or alliance teleports faster, they would actually probably get more of them because there's only 500, 1,000, and they would be more active with the cheaper teleports, So
yeah, 100%.
It's really, to me, just an activity level thing more than it's like taking away diamonds. Because I think no matter what, spenders are going to give you your diamonds on the advanced teleports or the randoms, or we're gonna pump them away. There's like you said, you're probably going to spend more. Like, you're gonna make them readily available to use. But okay, so that's awesome to know. So you're stalking ahead of time. You're moving around. Nobody really is going to chase you necessarily. Now, if that timer is gone, if you've been living there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and the bounce back is available to go back and forth real quick, you're not against returning to your server and then popping back in if you needed to.
No, definitely not. I think that's also a big thing is, if I have cleaned and I've taken everything from the bases that are present, I will definitely go looking at my server to see if there is somebody that's potentially fighting one of our alliances within the server, because likelihood is, I've seen a lot, and especially as of recently, it's not just one person porting in, it's somebody porting in and somebody else sitting on their wall, or multiple people. So I'll go for those fights too. And then if nothing's there, I'll just stay until I get bored.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's good to know. I will say an interesting war that I will tell you we had this week that you'll like to hear. Do I have in the strength rating, do they have power? So they have power. I don't know if we have THP, but we have power in our server. So we had a battle this week. One of the WWC battles, you'll like to hear this, was with Uncle Rich, right? Whose power here is this isn't total hero power, right? I don't even know what power this is considering that we have here.
I think it's base power.
Just base power, 374 million.
Yeah.
Based on the troops. Either way, because I don't even know if this person is on the THP list to show you, because he went. See if I can find. He went against this person here, 89 Segi, who's 258 million base power, right? Now, THP wise, I don't know. I don't think he's in the total hero power rankings. Because our server is so strong. Like, I don't think you can even make it in here yet.
Yeah, server's pretty nasty.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he's here. He's 100. Yeah. Okay. So he had 187 million, right? So we had the 100 person in our server, THP, going against the 9th person in the server in a WWC kill event match that we were tracking the kills. And you'll be happy to know, guess who won that match?
I'd say number 100.
Damn right he did. Damn right he did. And they were both active in credit. Like, it was a competitive match. Everybody was tracking it. We were watching it. They knew where each other were. They were doing it. And what's funny is, you'll be happy to know, Segi, who was top 100 at 100 hero power, right? So all you out there, he's a free-to-play player. And he was out here. He attacks from back here. He's over here in like a random server, like you know what I mean? He's sitting here, and all of a sudden you just see his march traveling all the way over here. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there goes Segi with the long range rifle, like, you know. And when you're strong, as you know, you don't even have to. You don't mess around. You're just porting right in, right? You don't care. You're just here. You're here. Whatever. But he's all the way out there, just killing it. And he ended up. It was a very close match. I think it ended up being like 200,000 kill difference between the two.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were really close. They were really close, and Rich had the lead with, I want to say, like 8 hours to go or 7 hours to go or something. But Segi was just so persistent, just constant. So all people out there that think you can't kill, or hey, the total hero power guy, yeah, he's too strong for me to win and I can't beat him and blah, blah, blah. Outside of Mewtwo, by the way. I mean, let's throw out, let's be realistic. But Rich, being the 9th person, a free-to-play top 100 person, beat him in total kills this week. It was so fun. I mean, it's just so fun to even say out loud, right? It just gives everybody hope. Like, you can win. You just have to be active. You just have to be a killer. Have that instinct.
And I think that's where that gap is, right? Because as we talk about spending players, naturally they're going to rush in fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus somebody who is free to play, kind of like we've talked about, right? It's, if you want to know how to do something at a good cost or a good rate, ask the free to play community, because there's a strategy that they have, right? And maybe he's sitting there spending a ton of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I go in hard and fast, but I also spend a ton of time. That free to play player can sit there for hours and get a ton of kills for using maybe a few ports, if that, and maybe getting the free ones just because they're spending time, right? He has his own strategy. He's playing sniper game. And if he already knows, say he did his homework and he figured out, hey man, maybe if this base is open, I shouldn't send my March to it. And if he's done that homework, he's going to get kills.
100%.
It's just, anybody can get that amount of kills. It's time. And honestly, it's just knowledge.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? I glanced over the chat and I saw Noodle, and he was saying, like, some whales and dolphins are awful at fighting. Boy, is that a highlight comment, because it's so true, right? Like, just because their strength, actually, there's two things that come to mind when I read that comment. So the first one is those people that just spend money and buy a strong account just so they can be strong and have no clue how to fight. Like, right away, like they're fighting in server wars or covenant and they're just strong, but they don't know what they're doing, right? They're just out there aimlessly, like, throwing their squads around, but they're not. There's no strategy to it. They're not really doing anything to do it. Like yourself, you're killing all day long. I think is the highlight of what you're really saying is free to play so active that if they're active as you and as strategic as you, when you have somebody with a killer mindset that's active and strategic, they end up with 8 million kills. A free to play person is just as active and strategic. They just can't kill the people that you can, so they get a fraction of those kills, but probably more kills than the majority of people that play this game by doing it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
Yeah, that's what's incredible is I think a lot of people look at it and say everybody's just because you're a power, you're going to get a crap ton of kills, or But you're saying, like, there's strategy to it, there's consistency to it. You can show up before the event and you can see people get a lot of points, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're getting a ton of kills. Because
not at all.
The versus opponent that you have is tripling their points or quadrupling their points to make it look like they killed a ton of people, but in reality, they're just getting the points, not the kills. So the kills come from just being consistent throughout the whole event and compiling them, like you're doing. I mean, all day long. So that's the real interesting part of the free to play verse kind of having the strength. It's a great equalizer of most of the things free to play people do, right? Is being consistent, being logged on, participation, being, doing all that as far as a kill event goes. And I actually have another example of that on our own team that I've always talked about, and he pops in all the time. Good old Before that we have as part of our or my team. For those of you that know, if you know, you know. Where is my strength ranking here? Hold on a second. Kills and show you this guy right here. Before is 14th on our team in kill ranking, but he's actually a white seat for a transfer. But 14th in kills on the team. So it's a perfect example. If you're in a kill event, believe me, he's out here stalking and killing constantly. He's always been one of my favorite killers. Ever since my original server, when we started our second alliance of 72X and we brought Black before, and always impressed the hell out of me just out of the sheer commitment to the kill. Of always, you'll always find him. If I go out with wifey on a Friday night, right, and I come back and I'm gonna pop in and do some late night kills, if I look, I'll see the little attack button up and I'll look, and he's out here, and I just see him like just active as hell, killing everybody. Just, you know what I mean? Just sniping. So
That's awesome.
it is. It's so much fun, man. So much fun. Okay, Mewtwo, anything else that you have to share with the peoples from a killer mindset? Cover it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if you set a goal, you're gonna hit it. If you're the free to play player and you want to earn 100 million kills that week, if you do your research the correct way, it's going to happen, right? It's just you got Sniper Gang over there doing his thing, and he's a testament to what can happen. Power doesn't mean everything. Yeah, you can be able to fight certain players, but outside of that, set the goal, make it happen, and just be aggressive with it. Don't be scared.
All right. So quickly then, I have you for a few more minutes before 3v3. So anybody out there with any questions for the killer? I see Elites with an amazing question from the community. Any rallies, Mewtwo? So do you do any rallies or any on you? Either one.
Yeah. So an example, I think it was last week. I had a guy. I was sitting in a server. He was rallying. I let it go through. Right. Each rally netted me like 20,000 kills. There are certain times, when my R5 Goose, he's honking at us to do rallies on certain strong individuals and servers. We did it against 349. So myself, our VIP 18, we started rallies and just constantly join rallies. Is it a weekly thing? No. But additionally, it's not something I'm against. It does net some good kills, and it's fun.
So is there a strategic rally that you do? Are you shielded? Are you the one running the rally? Is everybody else shielded? How do you typically run them?
Yeah, so a lot of it, typically from our experience, we'll hit a rally and say that there's a player that's in there that's maybe a missile, right? We may take our tank guy and have him join the rally, in position 1, 2, or 3. Most of the people I would say that come over, such as our strong ones, X, Medicinal Gator, those type of things, Goose, they're probably going to be unshielded because they're already fighting and they finally found somebody that's going to rally. But the more method comes down to looking at the battle report, and then Goose will typically give us a lineup of, who's going to go in what position. So okay. X, our VIP 18, he may do the first hit. I may do the second and third and so forth.
Got you. So see that, Elites, it sounds like it's an organized rally. It's not even like to the group, hey, join my rally. It's literally, hey, join in this order. So you guys are hitting strategically during the rally.
Yep.
Which is awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Wu wants to know, how much stamina are you going through on the average?
About 6,000 to 8,000
per event.
Yeah, typically per event, and that's if I'm just hitting everything. This last event I went through, I want to say it was 7,600.
How much do you have? Like, how many actual like 10s do you have, 50s do you have right now kind of stocked up?
Right now, I've got 50 of the 50s and then 100 of the other ones. And then I also am one of those guys, I will spend the diamonds, get the easy packs in there every day. kind of keep that stocked up. That way I use that for radars and such.
Yeah, I'm always nervous I might run out, so I make sure I save it for the rainy day.
Yeah. Plus, I'm traditionally buying them anyway. I'm traditionally in the store getting the stamina pack.
Store where?
It's in the
weekly store?
Yeah.
Oh, you're buying it? You're buying like the actual daily packs and stuff, or the?
I'm buying the weekly every week.
Wow.
I just roll through that much.
That's something else. You know,
Yeah, because typically when I
go ahead.
Because I think one thing, is when I'm talking about that positioning strategy, looking at hives that have an open space or 1 to 2 open bases, I'm not just sending one squad at one base, because I know a few things are going to happen. One person's potentially going to run, or a buddy shield's going to come up, and maybe even on the other person. So I'll send 2 different squads out at the same time to hit both those bases. So I'm going through a lot of that stamina, so I have to keep it stocked.
Do you know, back in the game, and I don't know how early you were from me, because I was like server 72. And so when I started, you had no way of getting stamina when the game first started. Like, it was you either...
Yeah, just a clock.
That was it. It was like you had to collect it and store it, and then there was no weekly pack. You were just like, it was pointless. It was crazy. That's why I have so much stamina, because 2 months in, I ran out. And I vowed that never to happen again, because it's such a helpless feeling. I couldn't buy it. I couldn't get it anywhere, and I just felt so hopeless. So I just started collecting early on, and every day I start the day by getting my stamina. And typically what I'm doing is I stock my stamina up during the week. All week long, I buy the diamonds and stock it. So that way I never dig into my 10s and 50s ever during the week, because I'm always just stocked up with, 1,000. You'll see me during the week, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. It just sits here to begin. So I don't have to touch the packs until we get in to the kill events and stuff like that. And by that time, I've already got 2,500, from the week or something like that. Like, it just gets stocked up, and it's just easier that way. Any other questions? Did you know that you had more kills than Qatar this week by a good bit? You gained on Qatar. Did you know that, Mewtwo?
No, I did not. I saw Qatar message me a few minutes ago, so we'll see what that's about. But I did not know that. That's awesome.
You did. You gained on him. So there you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Beck from who's helping the coordinates list folks out. Shout out to coordinates list, Wolfie and friends. He's been tracking a lot of the kills, keeping an eye on it for us, and going through all of it. So seeing just how far away you are from that top 100 list, and catching folks. So it'll be good eventually when he does that.
Yeah, I'd love that information, because that'll maybe make me adjust certain goals. We gotta get it.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
All right. So the last question of the day, while we have Mewtwo here, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
From Noodle, why did you have to do him so dirty?
Hey man, you stepped into the arena, not me.
Fair enough, Noodle. Fair enough. You could have passed. You could have said, I got the first week coming up. Let's reschedule this. But as a man, though, Noodle said, you know what? Let's do it. So
yeah, no, I liked it. It was good. We were messaging each other back and forth a little bit through the event, so I kind of knew where he was at.
Yeah. So anybody out there that's listening, Mewtwo does not have a challenger this week for the WWC Kill title. He is very clear that he is always ready. So if anybody would like to step up to the plate, just send me a Discord message. Don't be shy. Or let Mewtwo know. And it's on like Donkey Kong.
Absolutely.
All right, Mewtwo, this is fun. Good stuff. Appreciate you out there for being part of the community and joining us. Congratulations on your defense of the title that you retained.
Thank you.
always good having you in the community. And hopefully we will see you out there and talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, you guys.
All right. Have a great night, Mewtwo. Thanks.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. That was Mewtwo, folks. Mewtwo. Awesome. Great for joining us. Having him in. Congrats. Thank you, Noodle. Thank you for having it. Good fight. You did your best, brother. That's all you need to know. You did the best you could. But the guy's insane. I mean, 8 million kills. You got to just, I mean, straight out of kills, like, you just respect it. That's what you do. You just absolutely respect it. So, yeah. Anytime, he is always welcome to the show, but it was great spending some time getting in the mind of a killer. Man, I didn't realize, like, the stalking this guy's doing beforehand. I mean, the planning and stalking, what goes into this? I mean, this is something else. When you got Mewtwo showing up, it's something else. Lucky 296 to have somebody like that on their crew. What a weapon. What a weapon to have. So if that guy ever becomes a free agent, by the way, oof, man, they're gonna be throwing stuff his way. THP for Mewtwo. Let's see. Let's see what we got. 296. Mewtwo's 274. 274 right now in 296. So he is a couple weeks behind us, I believe, like a week behind us, I think, from our server group. And you see here his VIP 18 here of 347. Incredible. Oh, Chicky Charlie, you were in season 5 with him? Oof. Man, God bless you, brother. God bless you. That's a rough place to be. Rough place to be. Anyway, so we had that in. Like I said, we had two undercard fights that we did. And then we had, let's see, I know that Segi won his battle. And we also had Gus. I didn't look at the calculation for them, though. I should have checked this out. And I ran out of time this week. Let me see who won Gus versus Wu. Let me see. How you get? Gus had what? All right, Gus had 499. See where Wu. Let's see where Wu fell. Wu sent his kills in, and he had. Okay. And then minus that. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wu brought the thunder. Who brought the thunder, Gus? I mean, he almost had you by 1 million. Wu won that one. Wu was getting busy. Wu got busy. Wow. Impressive. So Wu goes to 1-0. He wins. Segi goes to 1-0. We might have to see if I don't know. Wu's on another level. Wu, what is your man? I don't know what Wu's top. What did I have for Wu's top team? Let me see. I might have the answer to that. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. Do I have Wu? Oh yeah, 59 million. Damn, 59 million. Wu's out there killing it. Good job, Wu. Wu 1-0 entering the arena. So great work. Great work out there. So the first undercard, Wu goes 1-0. We had Segi go 1-0, and we had Mewtwo retain his title. So anybody who's interested in being on the undercard this week or challenging Mewtwo, I mean, and you know, at this level, you got to have a resume. Like, I mean, I'm not throwing Woo into a battle with Mewtwo. If you're gonna challenge Mewtwo, you got to at least bring a resume. I mean, come on, for the community. This guy can't just be challenging anybody. It's expensive. Those pay-per-view points I have to pay him are expensive. You know what I mean? you can't just have him fighting anybody. So bring your resume to the table, and we'll see. We'll see what's happening. But if you're interested in being on the undercard, go ahead and send your name over. I need your server, your last worn name, your THP, and your top mark size. And we're kind of building a catalog of fighters as we go, and then we try to find you a fight. By the way, I have somebody out there. I'm trying to find him a fight. He actually wants to enter, and he's in server 1348. He only had like a 23 million march. He wants out. I'd love to team him up with somebody with a smaller march out there. If somebody's out there, we got all kinds of people that are interested in fighting. We just have to get them. I have Beck on the list. Beck is looking for a fight. Architect this week asked for a fight. We have a couple other guys. I mean, we have people. We just need to match them up. So as we build our catalog of fighters, believe me, we'll get it going. We'll get it going. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know what's funny about that, Rain? Somebody just told us. We just had somebody join the chat a couple weeks ago, and they said they joined a server. They didn't know what the hell was going on in the game. They picked a newer server. I forgot if you guys remember this from last week. And they were asking me questions about what they should work on. And as I was asking them kind of their spending profile and where they were, I'm like, guys, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you, I don't remember what server, but let's say they were server 100 or something, right? And they were like, oh, I only have, one red or something. Like, I only have 10 exclusive. I'm like, why are you so low on collection? And then I come to find out they just joined the wrong server and they were a low spender. So they already started spending. And they were like, well, I can't switch now. Because I told them, I'm like, listen, at this point, you're better off just canceling that account and move all the way to the back and restart. But because they started spending, they were like, I don't want to quit now because I already started spending. So they got stuck. I'm like, wow, and I was just honest with them. I was straight honest with them. I'm like, man, you got a long road ahead. I mean, a long road. Everybody has, like 2 years on you, brother. And you're just starting out. It's, but I hear you. You want to rebuild. So I gave him some coaching. I tried to help him out on Discord this week, actually. Try to give him next steps on the stuff to work on. But it's a tall task. It's a tall task. But I don't know about this. I don't know about this person, Brain. Maybe it's the same situation. I know there were a couple people that took a long break and then they come back. I think one of the people, and it might have been this one or somebody else who was reaching out to me on listen, so many people I'm talking to on Discord and in the game. I get mixed up with some of the stories, but somebody had taken a break for like 7 months and they came back to the game, and that's the explanation of why they were in the situation they were. And they started playing again and wanted some help with their account and what was going on. So I gave them a hand, and by the way, I do also want to just shout out to everybody. I spent a chunk of time today in my Sunday catching up on chat. I was so many messages I owed to people. I've caught up at least to what I did. If I did not get to you, I apologize. Please send me another message. As I explained to everybody, the Valentine event completely screwed me up with all the messages and the chocolates. I was losing people like crazy. And I just lost my structure. So I was, like 100 messages behind. It was absolutely absurd. It took me a couple hours to try to get back to everybody today. But I hate not getting back to people. So I got back to everybody who I think, and then it got to a certain point that I was just like, I hope I got back to everybody. I'm sorry. I did all I could. I gave it the good old college try, if you will, to get back to everybody and get the battle reports, or apologize for some that may have expired because I didn't get to them at time. I did apologize, but that Valentine's event sent me loopy. So I got to say, I just don't look forward to that event again. I don't take it for granted. I'm very appreciative of everybody for the chocolate they send, but you guys just don't know. It just kills me. I got an organization going on with my chat a lot of times, and I bring the battle reports up to the top, and I pin things, and I have a lot of things, where I want them. And the chocolate thing, because then I feel awkward because I got to send you chocolates or a gift because I have to send something to people who send me something. It's OCD. I have this built into me that I feel like I have to give you something back. It's only right. And then all it does is it just moves the chat like crazy. It just moves any conversation I have. It gets all mixed up and sorted, and I have no organization. So it sucks. It sucks, but I'm trying to get it back on track now. So if I didn't get to your message, I do apologize. Okay, let's see. What do you got, M7? We do have to do the 3v3 coming up. That is definitely on the agenda. Trying to get into top 20 tonight. It is a rough grouping. Quick question. For transfer events, do they calculate your seat, white, blue, purple, based on equipped power attributes? Can I remove these before the event? Oh, I love this question. Oh, do I have experience with this question, M7M? So if you go and start looking at my videos on my YouTube, you'll see my first ever videos are stocked up from me saving for 4 months that I did not spend anything in my inventory. I didn't use shards. I didn't use exclusives. I didn't use ore. I didn't use anything. I didn't use the drone stuff. I didn't use the overlord stuff. I just saved everything. And it's me spending that through a few videos of what I was doing and what I was saving. I have a lot of experience with this M7M, and I can tell you a couple things that are important to know about you trying to change your seat. One, here's the number one thing I will tell you. Don't listen to anybody that tells you they know how they figure it out. For a couple reasons. They don't know how they figure it out. They've never really announced the truth of every single way that they figure it out. So they're just lying to you. They're just guessing and pretending like they know. They don't know for sure. So they're gonna put you in a state where you think you're gonna have something happen and it doesn't. It's just not gonna happen. Then the other thing is they change it all the time. So I think they adapt to certain things and they change how the power goes when you're trying to change your seat and what they're counting and what they're not counting. So that's what I'll start with, just to give you a heads up there, okay? Now I will tell you my experience, because I have 3 times I have experience with this. Season 2, I tried to do this. I took all my gear off. And I heard, I'm going to be able to fool the system if I take my gear off, whatever. It's coming up because they were going to rank us. I said, okay, well, they're going to rank us. It must be on power. Okay, so I'm going to beat the system there, M7M. So, and it was right before it started, I took it off. I got a gold seat. Made no difference. I was on a weak server. I was actually, compared to everybody else, it was absolutely silly that I was a gold seat. But somehow they gave me a gold seat. It stopped me, actually. We had planned on, we were talking about going over, joining Hulk in server 78 at the time. And me getting a gold seat, that wasn't going to happen. And then everything started unraveling. And then, anyway, Hulk ended up on, that's how Hulk ended up going to 71. So, no problem, because Season 3, I migrated to 87, because Season 3, we were going to move anyway. So we were planning on it. And again, this time I was going to beat the system for sure, M7M. So I went overboard. And I said, this time, I'm going to take off and delete my deco. I'm going to take my drone chips off. I'm going to take my gear off of everything. I did anything you could to drop my power. And I did it weeks in advance, M7M. Weeks in advance. Okay? Gold seat. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It did. So I was done listening to everybody at that point. The people that said, oh, this worked and that worked. Nonsense. I tried it. Didn't work. So this time, M7, I was taking things into my own hands. Before the season started, before season 4 started, about a couple weeks before, I actually enjoyed my time on 88. And I'll tell you the story. I actually messaged the J5 of 88 because there were rumors he might leave and quit the game or sell his account. So I had messaged him and I said, hey, are you leaving? Are you going to sell? Because if he did, I was going to leave because everybody else was going to disband at that point because he wasn't going to play. He never responded to me. I never got a message back. So at that point, prior to the season, I made the decision, I'm going to drop from gold to purple. This is it. I'm done this time, for real. Because I needed to get to a stronger server. Ultimately, I had tried 2 attempts to play with Hulk, and I couldn't get there. So this time I said, all right, Hulk, I'll get there, watch. And so I did purple. I didn't spend anything in my inventory, man. Anything for power-wise, I didn't take any chances. Buildings, I didn't do any buildings. What's funny is at that point in time, we were doing the headquarters to 35. I didn't even lift my headquarters. I didn't do my wall. I didn't do my centers. I wouldn't do my drill grounds to add more troops. I wouldn't do anything to add power, even from buildings. All I did was work on my mines and silly gear factory stuff. All the buildings that were kind of a waste that I wouldn't do. That's what I spent my time doing for about 3 months through the entire season of season 4. And the willpower I possessed, because at the time, I was probably 4th in the server with THP of 88. And because I didn't use any of the things to lift my power, none of the exclusive weapons that came out for season 4, didn't add them, didn't do anything. I didn't add those. I saved them all. I was getting beaten by people I should have beat. I could have beaten that season, and I was just absorbing, like taking hits that I shouldn't have. And I was just like gritting my teeth, like, come on, I'm losing these battles when I knew if I just used the inventory, I could win this battle. Nope. I was steadfast, and I didn't use any of it for over 3 months. It was probably about 14 weeks, I think. I sat on it. And guess what? Purple I was. It worked. It was the only time that it worked for me. Is I stored it all over an inventory and I never opened it. Because my theory was, if my power isn't opened, how do they know I have it or possess it? And it worked. And it worked. Now, I'll say for our season 4, they did what they did do after season 4 is they did drop it a little bit. I was still within that realm that I would have been a gold probably, because I think it was around 120 million, and I think I was like it was around 220 million, and I think I was, when I came to 71, I was around 203 million, 204 million, so I cleared it at that point. Then in season 5, oh man, they raised it a lot. They really, to me, kind of solved the problem of not allowing stronger people to migrate around. Because I want to say it was like 280 million, you were still a purple seat. In a lot of cases, for a lot of people. I know I moved at around 260 million, but I think it went up to around 270, 280, that you were still a purple seat. The line was around there, 260 to 280. So they allowed stronger people to move at purples, and then that blue-purple line for us after season 5, just so you know, it ended up being around, I want to say 180, 185, somewhere between 180, 190 was the purple blue line. So it was really strong blues. They weren't purples. So it was really good, because purples ended up being around 180, 190, somewhere in there, all the way to like 280, which was great for the game because it just allowed more people to move around. you know, and just migrate to different spots, and you know that we're spending money. I mean, you're spending money, you're getting up, and here you're trying to trick the game so you can get out of whatever situation you're in that might be bad and move to another server and lock it. And let's be honest, I mean, there's a big difference between me being, you know, gold and other people like Hulk, you know, or Pina, or you know, all these other people. There's a big difference, guys. There's a reason why it's called Dolphin, and I mean, you can't put me in the same category as Stickman. I mean, he's 124 million. I'm 80 million. So you may be like, oh, yeah, you're strong. Sure. But am I 124 million? You know what I mean? So come on. I'm not a gold. I'm not a gold. And believe me, when you're a gold, you feel like it. When you're a low gold like that, you feel like it because nobody really, you're a low man on the totem pole. Nobody's going to add you until they know for sure they can't get these real whales. They're out there hunting for they're out there hunting for orcas. You know, then at the very end, they start seeing what dolphins are available, so they don't go with an empty seat, an empty goal. So yeah, it's a rough way to go. Yeah, low purple is the same way. Yeah, 100% Noodle. I totally agree with you. Low purple's the same way. They have to live the same life because people would rather have a strong blue. Like I'd rather take a strong blue than a low purple. You're coming over here. Hey, we had somebody pop as a low purple. Shout out to my bro Chunky, who came over here, and yeah, UXW was awesome about it. He was a low purple. I wouldn't move without. It's actually the reason why we didn't end up couldn't transfer 71 with Hulk. We may have ended up on server 82 with Hulk, our whole gang here. You know, because we had all our purples, and Hulk was saying, "Hey, well, are we going?" You know, blah blah. And I told him, I said, "Hey, man, I can't. One of my guys popped as a purple, so I can't go for you. I don't have enough spots. One of my guys popped as a purple Chunky, and I'm not leaving him behind. He's been with me the whole time, so I can't go with you. It's not. Who am I to leave somebody behind like that? So, as you know, so that made me like a free agent at that point. And then everybody on our team wanted to go by that point. They all took a vote and outvoted me. I'm no dictator. They all wanted to leave. So I said, okay, let me surf and see. Had a couple people on the agenda, and man, once I ran into UXW, Jesus, if I started with UXW, it would have been a done deal because wow, they were just awesome. That Discord call, that initial recruiting Discord call that we had, sold me. I was done. All right, let's get in here and start doing some magic. Let's see if we can get in the top 20 here. We're about time now. I got to go for 3 for 3s. I got to get up to the top 20, and I got a long road ahead of me. All right. Loam is too good. He's too strong for me here to do a 3 for 3. I got to go for 2 for Loam. There we go. All right. Let's ride the lightning. 17. Here we go. Thanos. I can never beat him 3 for 3, so I'll take a 2 out of Thanos. Well, moving. Rich. I got to put Rich air, and then I go air, tank, missile for him. Oh, here we go, everybody. Those of you know, Dober. This is the one I struggle with. Okay. Ah, how close? Oh, wow. What's Dober up to? Oh, hold on. Dober changed. He put his gorilla here now. So I might be able to... Okay. I could have taken him. I think I could take him. If I run into him again. He got me with that. I didn't realize he threw his he threw that over there. All right, all good. I think we can take 3 here. Make the Overlord switch. Tremor, I think, is a 2 spot, but let's see. That's safe. And that's too far. We're gonna go. We'll go for a guarantee 2. Don't want to mess around. Can't afford to lose. Money man, I think, did we take you for 3? Yep. 15th, money man again. Sorry, money man. Don't blame me. Rich again. Sorry, Rich. All right, we're coming up on 13th. Oh man, money man again. You guys are watching this. I mean, this is wild. I'm sorry, bro. Guy probably thinks I'm like revenging or something. Like, probably thinks I got it saved up like acorns. Nope. They just doing it, man. All right. Oh, peanut. Look at this battle. Huh. I don't care what I do here. Nothing gonna make this work. I might be able to take 1. Oh boy. I bet I can take this one. That's where my money is. Maybe I'll make up the 10 million here. Nope. Nope. What did I get? Oh, close. Look. I was close. I was close. Look at the tech power. I always say her tech is dreamy. I tell her this all the time. I'm like, Peanut, your tech is so dreamy, because I look at it and it's really what I aspire to be. She's just maxed out, right? All this maxed. And then she's at 67% tactical. She has all the 3 masteries and then 6. She's just killing me by 6, almost 6 million in power. It's just like, oh God, that's where I'm trying to be. This is what I want to look like. But I'm not gonna. But I'll be lucky to do it in 2026. So, because I don't buy Valor, so it is what it is. I'll never buy Valor. Uh-oh, I got shot back a couple spots. I can't beat this guy. Let's just go. 2 out of 3. Rich, poor Rich again. Man. Rich taking a beating. Trigger. Trigger, I have to do this. Now, this is going to be impressive if I can do this, but we'll see if it happens again. So I need to do this and then this. Nope. I actually can win this fight. I've won this many times. It's 14 million difference, but I have won it. My guess is I just needed more stuns. Oh no, I had 4 stuns. Wait, was that stuns? Show any stuns. 4 critical hits. Why not stunts? Oh, Terp. Terp's pretty strong here. I'm gonna guess I need to put my Overlord here to win this. All right, Makoto. I think he's strong too. Yep. Yep, this is fine. Okay. 13. We're good timing tonight. Usually I'm behind. Pretty good timing. Oops. Oops. What I'm doing. Trigger again. Okay. We'll see if it happens this time. Nope. Bum bum bum. Yeah. Yep. Oh, here we go again. You would think I would win one of these. He must have done something. Ah! How about them? How about them apples? You know what I just did there, everybody? Did you see what I just did to make that work? I noticed that Skylar was getting lined up a Marshall. So instead, I threw the person that I still don't respect with their exclusive 30, which is Morrison. I still don't respect him. And I put him across from Marshall and let Skylar cook longer. And poof, I beat a air that's 14 million stronger than me. Boom. Like them apples. Yeah, nothing I could do with this one. This is a waste of time. This guy. That doesn't matter. I can't. I lose one, -1. He's too strong. Oh, again, look, they gave it to me again. What a waste. I can't do nothing with him. Move that right along. Man, I am like spot on with my timing tonight. 74, 70, 83, Makoto. Yep, I can only beat him twice. All right. No mistakes. I might be in good shape at. Oh, again, look, they gave this guy 3 times to me. Come on. What? How many do I have left? 7. I'm not going to use 7 revenges to avoid him. I mean, it's just silly. They give it. This is. I feel like they're getting me back for them giving me whoever that poor guy was. They gave me like 4 times, 5 times. I don't think I could beat Shu either. I don't think I could beat this. I beat him in his trucks once, but I don't think I can take him for 2. No, he's too strong. Took 1 team from him. Oh, look at that. Just almost. Almost. Damn, dropped to 17. I gotta try to go for 3 here. I need 5 bonus points. All right. That was big. 4 left. Oh, come on. Tempting fate here. I got the win last time, but that was something else. 74. All right, we'll try it again. Oh, but my tank is somehow winning now. Oh, because I got him with my missile. That's working out perfect. It worked to leave my gorilla on there. His missile must be weak, like really weak. Flapjack. 83.2, 74. I can't take 3 from him. His missile strong. I know it is. I mean his tank. So I gotta go for 2. All right, what do we got for time? How many do I have left? 2 left. Oh, that money man, that was the guy. That was the guy they keep giving me. Poor guy. We will do this. This will be so. Okay. Where are we at? What's our ranking? 16th. 57 seconds left. Who we gonna get? Okie dokie. I can only take 2 from him. I'll try 3, but I don't think I can do it. We'll try it. What do we got for time? 25 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, let's go. Yeah, I dropped right there. 14 seconds. Oh, I did get 3. Should be. Oh, look at that. I dropped the 19. I did it just in time. Will I make it? Oh my God. 1 second. Does it show me? Where does it show me? They only show me the top 10. What do I, Daily. Train, street rush. Because they don't tell you, right? I can't tell the top 20. I have to wait for the rewards. Oh, there it is. All right. Did I do it? Major. I think I did it. Oh, there's 3 people. Am I one of them? Wheelom ranked 9th. All right. So we got those rewards for him being 9th. Major. Phoenix got 4th. Okay. Doberman got 7th. Okay. I got 3 people in the top 10. Here we go. 19. Woo! Man, I'll tell you, that's why I waited until the last 10 seconds, because if you drop right before and then you go to hit, it'll actually be better than if you use your last hit and go as high as humanly possible. Then somebody hits you, you're going to lose even more on that spot. So just waiting until the last minute might have saved my butt. I don't know. That person was only, I saw the person that was 21st, and they were only like 20 points behind me. So, whew, that was close. Holla. 19. That was my goal going in. There was no way. These people are too strong for me to get in the top 10. So I just wanted to be in the top 20. Good rewards. Good rewards. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Okay, cool. Man, that made me so happy. That made me so happy. Woo! I love it, man. I love it. Oh, roulette. Get out of here with the roulette nonsense. I had points I could have. I spin on that freaking roulette wheel. I still have yet to get a gift. I spin so many times on that roulette wheel, and I never hit. I never hit. Crazy. All right. So we got that. We talked about our fight results. We had Mewtwo in here. Okay. Let's do reset real quick. Let's talk about well, first let's look at the calendar ahead. I know a bunch of you asked for me to start doing this on Sunday night. So as you wish. I will I'm only as good as you folks want me to do, so you got it. So we will take a look. You want to know the calendar ahead, right? All right. And then we'll get into the week. All right, so we have our bullseye loot that'll come up tomorrow. As you know, I've talked about this previously. I have switched to not spending as much on the bullseye because I'm putting my money elsewhere. I only have a few prints to work on for my tank. So for the first time in last war, I saved bullets from the last event. I showed you, right? I got 300 bullets saved. So this week I can actually get the other 300, 400 bullets, and now I can actually do it. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And I will get back to the questions, by the way. If you have any, or I missed the chat on the questions, I will, as you know, I can't not do it. Another OCD of mine. I have to get to your questions. So I will be back through the chat in a few. Ammo Bonanza, same thing. All right. And then we got the drone pass we'll get through tonight. And the always horrible Moonstone Blessing. With who doesn't need ceramics? I mean, always amazing for ceramics. All right, well, and then obviously Decorate Your Dreams, which we can't wait to get to. All right, so that is your review coming up for the week. Nothing major. We already know. So what are we doing today? Drone Training Pass. I am a big proponent for Drone Training Pass. I do love it. For low spenders, I do not unless you drone low spenders. You know, I always want you to complete that gear, and I want you to complete your exclusives before you get into any of this. So I'd rather have you use your money towards those things than to come into here. Mid spenders, yes and no. I do like mid spenders. If you've already completed your first team, gear, and you are also gotten a few 30s, yeah, it's a good deal because your next stop after that is going to be your chips. So mid spenders, this is an excellent push to start really that chip progress that you're going to need, because man, it is a long journey to get those chips done for yourself. So for mid spenders, it's a good deal for you to really get some chip material that's hard to push. So you have the luxury of going in this direction. If your already gear looks good and you've transitioned, your exclusives look pretty good. Yeah. And high spenders, for high spenders, it's a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer for these because you got to push your chip material and your boost and all that good stuff. Okay. So, what are we doing? Oh my God. This is terrible. All right, event-wise, what are we doing for drone parts? I personally don't even do anything for Monday's event. It doesn't even get $5 packs for me anymore. I did, was it last Monday? I think I did. I was doing VIP 17 stuff. But typically, nope. I don't care. Really, especially battle data. Drone parts, no. I get the weekly passes for the drone parts, which is fine for me. If I want them, I'll get them in the bounty event or something like that. But for the most part, I just save all my money. The skill chip chests aren't bad. Like getting 2 skill chips, I guess, is the only thing of value for me out of this. That would be worth because I'm pushing my boost and pushing my skills. But I don't typically get anything out of the blue chests for chips. So I don't know. Like it takes you, I have to get the 5, and then I think you got to get to the 10 before you even get a purple chest. I think, or maybe it's even the 20 that finally gives you a purple chest. I forget what it is. But either way, it's kind of a no spending day in regards to drone for me. That's where we talk about the dolphin and the whale, where everybody like, oh, you're a whale, you're a whale. Yep, I get it. I'm a high spender, but that's the difference between me and a whale or a VIP 18 who's cleaning out that store. You're coming on here and they're just clicking buy. No. Nope. Strategically, I don't have interest in pushing that. So, then we come into how we're going to score our points, right? So, very easily, how I can score my versus points on drone day. Not even getting into some of the other stuff, but if I have 1.26 K of drone parts, just one simple click, and already you can see I start moving this really fast. That right there, one click, that's all I did. And already you can see I'm 5 million for the versus. That was only one click. So I enjoy having that. And then I don't really push anymore. That's all I'll get. It's going to take me forever to go up these levels. Just to let you guys know, I have no interest. So it'll take a while to move that. What I do like are these skill chips. I am on tank, and I'm trying to go for my last tank, which is right here. Gravitational Renaissance Armor. So we'll open up all... Oh, we got to go get the rest of our boxes. So let's go get all of our drone material here. Diamond store. We could go through this. I get my T11 material. My bond badge. Of course, my stamina. My advanced teleport. And I'm done. I'm in the Alliance store, and I want all of this stuff, but not necessarily. But right now, I'm just wanting this and this. And then I'll be back for the rest at some point. And really, like, the first thing I do, just so you, go clean out the store. I always do the speed ups first. I like to have my speed ups because this is where I get my speed ups from. I don't use diamonds. So I get them all here. And then I go to token. And then I look at more of the day of how I'm going to collect this stuff. So advanced teleport. Yeah, I'll grab that. I have plenty right now. Then I would go by day. So I know tomorrow is, like these can wait as you collect the badges, as you collect throughout the week, you can get those. But I know tomorrow is going to be material. So I'll use and grab this first. I'll use that. Tonight, it would have been drone parts, but I'm not going to use them. Then you get into Wednesday, and Wednesday will be this drone components because you're going to use those tomorrow. Also, you have your survivor tickets, so you can pick depending on how much you have. Like, I only have 60K left. So I will get my recruitment here. I'll get this. And then these are on Hero Day. For this one would be next. And then these are last. Obviously, bond badge for Friday. So you got plenty of time. And then I just get into these. And the only thing I'm going to buy, I'll buy these. I'll try to do these last. So next I'll get the drone parts. Next I'll get these. Then I'll get the drone parts last. And then I'll wait and see how my Alliance badges go to collect the hero shards. And then you get into the shields depending on what you need. Hopefully you have enough shields and you're good. All right. So Honor Store, we start back up. I start with 113. For all those keeping track out there, Chicken Charlie and Woo. You guys like to chart where my Honor Store points are. I'm at 113K right now already. So I start the week, and this is from Meteorite and anything else I would have done this past week when I got my last one. Probably DS. That's saved from probably DS and Meteorite. Yeah. And then, well, whatever else we just got from 3v3. So we'll get our mythics first. And then we get our blueprints. And that's it. And for all of you that aren't usually joining us, so you know, the only thing that exists for me are these two items up here. Everything else disappears. They can just get rid of all of this. I don't need it right now. I would say for any of you, these are your two priorities. Until you have all your blueprints, these are your priorities. I do not, until I have my third team completely filled out with blueprints. I am working on my third team. Until that is absolutely all 4 dots, I will not even look at anything else in this store to have a conversation. Don't care about it. Honor points are only for blueprints as far as I'm concerned. Don't care. Don't care about bond bags. And as far as everybody's saying, oh, it's a better deal for bond bags. Oh, look at the deal. Look at the deal. If you think the Gorilla's bond is better than your gear, then, I don't know. We're off to the on a wrong foot. That's all I can tell you. We are in a complete disagreement on how we're building our teams. So, yeah, no. All right, for those of you that don't know, I clean out this store. Always start out with a crap ton. It's 1.8 million right now. And when I'm done, it'll probably be 1.5. I grabbed this last week. We talked about this. This battle data is very cheap. So if you look at this battle data, it's only 50,000, which is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket for battle data. I don't usually care about battle data, to be honest with you. The only reason why I grabbed this is because I have so many of these medals, it just doesn't matter. Like, I just clean these out and it doesn't matter. Do I need battle data? Not really. Very few times have I ever run out of battle data, but I just grab it because of how cheap it is, and I have so many medals. So I'm kind of programmed to just grab everything here because of all the badges that I have. So I clean this all out. Gears, tickets, and now we get, okay, so now it's like pause. What am I getting here? Hero experience, yes. For those of you that are people that are telling you, oh, you have enough experience, you don't know what to do with all the experience you have. Yeah, well, when they start doing headquarters 40 and they keep pushing it, you have no clue how much those heroes upgrades are going to cost. So you never have too much of it because you just don't know. You don't know. They can come out with some asinine amount that you need to have for hero experience, and then people out there are going to complain, where am I going to come up with all this experience? So, telling you, every single time, there's no reason to not just clean it out and stock it, because you never know when you're going to need it, actually. So just keep stocking this. Stacking experience. Okay. Resource, all of it. 100,000, yes. Yes, please. All the resource, give them to me. Speed ups, all of them. Give me every single one, 100,000. Give them to me. Yes. And then it looks like this. These are the two that I leave. I don't touch them. I don't touch these two. Now, the other, I just told you, this was only, this battle data was only whatever, like dropping a bucket, 50,000, right? To clean this one out is incredibly, it's 750,000. Now, I have 1.5 million. However, if I bought this battle data, it would take half of this away. 1.5 million. Why do I want it? I don't use that much battle data. So why would I want to do it? Because all of a sudden they could drop something in this store. Let's say they drop more exclusive badges or something else that I want to use this 1.5 million on. Let's say they put more bond badges or something, T11 material, whatever, to use that I would rather have that than that battle data. So I'll keep storing up all these badges and waiting for them to drop something I like instead of burning a hole in my pocket and needing to use it on things that I don't want. And these two items are exactly what I do not need. So they get left. All right. So we did everything that we needed to do here. And now let's go in and open our chests because we're done. And let's see how we did this week. Green, usually no gold. And true to form, we get, whoa, we got one air. I will take that. Out of a green, I usually hardly ever get anything from these greens. So that's a great get. 1 gold from greens is a great get. Blue. No gold. Isn't that funny? I got 1 from the green and none from the blue this time. I not that I get a lot from the blue anyway, I don't, but it's just funny that I got 1 from the green. I mean, the odds of that happening is rare. Purple. Come on, purple. Come on, purple. Here. Come on. I'm gonna need a new pair of shoes. Oh my god. No golds from my purples. Wow. I guess all that talk about helping free to play and putting the game on pause is coming back to haunt me. Must have put the old jinx on QB's account over here. Damn. That's a rough one. 0. Sheesh. All right, we got 1 to choose. We want this one. This is the one we're looking for. Tank. There we go. All right, I need 6 more to get my last 8. To get the last 8 to 8 star here. So, let's cook it up in the lab. Can we get it? Nope. We got 2. Got 2. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. I'm getting there. That's why this is a long rat race for chips, man. It's a once you get into this 2-3, you're trying to get to 8 stars, 7 stars. It's just it is just consistent. I've been working on my chips for well over a year, consistently doing this. Like probably, I'm going to tell you right now, 1.5 years maybe. So while everybody else is doing different things and they want to work on the bond badges or stuff, they're way ahead of me on bond badges. They're way ahead of me on T11s. I am a chip man. I am so big on chips, it's ridiculous. I put so many resources and money towards my chips. Yeah, I just want to eventually get 10, 10, 10 eventually. So, but I'm this 1.5 years in where I've been so consistent on trying to get these chips. So blue material, let's just get all this purple material. Let's just get all that. Doesn't matter. It's all going to go to boost. Kind of silly. And I'm almost to another gold chip, but I need 4 more anyway. So that'll be probably a couple weeks. Is next week mobilization? I think next week's mobilization, that's when they get the gold material. So I'll be able to get this next week. All right, and then back to the boost. And then always, like, I'll go up 1 level. This is the never-ending story here. Is this boost maybe 1 level? Oh, wow. I went up 3 levels today. Well, yeah, because you know why? I didn't get any chips out of any of the material I was doing, right? All the purples today went, I didn't get any gold. So it ended up boosting me up. I was almost there anyway for level 660. And now I jumped to 662. But as you can tell, I got to get to 750. It is a long ride, everybody. And I'm not paying. It's just like the chip material happens and it is what it is. And not a lot of power comes from it until you get to 750 anyway. So that's why I'm not big. Like, you know, the drone level, once you get past 200 and you slow roll it, it doesn't matter. You're just not getting a lot of power from this thing. So you just slow roll it. There's no need to push it. I don't need to push the 250. The only thing you're getting out of 250 is the 5% death rate. That's really cool. Anybody who comes in here gets this. 5% death rate. But once you get the 5%, like the damage reduction, after that at 200, yeah, everything else can just be slow rolled. It's just, I'm telling you, it's like 0.02 a level, 0.03 a level. You're not going to get anything major. People are sitting there dumping hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars actually, on drone parts. Nope. I hit this somewhere in like, I think I hit it at the beginning of season 3. So that'll tell you in 2 months, I've gotten to 231. Where I get a lot of my I get some from the bonus, like some of the Moonstone Blessing, but the other ones, whatever they are, the specials, they have some drone things. I think when I spend on Glitter Event, it gives me 200 bonus on Glitter Event, so I get a couple hundred there. I always do the weekly deal, or the weekly pass, I should say, for core, the drone components and the parts weekly. This gives me 100 for $5, so I get 400 a month for $20 through this. You know, chipping away at it. It's nothing I'm gonna spend. Same with boost. Incredibly expensive to do boost. For all those out there wonder how people get to 750. The big spenders are currently buying the daily deals. They do this every single day. They buy this, and it'll run you around like 300 a week to do that. And then once you get that and you actually upgrade this, how much do you think that boost is worth? It's worth around 4 levels. So you spend like hundreds of dollars to go 4 levels, which doesn't give you anything. And it's like, yep, that's not worth it. Just slow roll it and get there eventually, but no way. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's what folks are doing for that. Then I got to do my stamina, as I was just talking about with my Mewtwo. VIP stuff. And then I see, where are we with versus this, which I still didn't even, I reached my 7 million. And I didn't even do any of the radar stuff yet. Stuff to do the radar, and all that stuff. So I don't, I'll be fine where we are. Like, that's it. I'll probably get around 10 million, something like that on Monday. And also, for those of you that have been tracking my tech, do I have? Oh, cool. All right, I can do it. I've been waiting for that. This just came up before we left, so I got this. And I am Tank Mastery. I am right here on my last one here. So I'm moving. I already went through and got 20%. So I went through once. This is my second time through. And this is my last one on the first level. So we are currently 23% through Tank Mastery. If you're wondering how long this takes, it takes around, so far, I don't know, maybe, geez, what does it take? I mean, you can go back, I do it on live every day. When I first started this Tank Mastery, I want to say I'm already a month in for Tank Mastery. I don't know, people in the community could probably keep me honest, but I think I started this about a month ago, I think. And like I said, I don't buy Valor. I get the free Valor, just like everybody else, whatever comes. Being in a strong alliance, being in a strong team, we clearly get more when you're in a strong alliance. But I'll get the daily, always do the 3v3 every single day, stuff like that. You get more. The top 10 people will give you more if you're in a strong alliance. But I get around 10 to 12K for Valor every single week. So I'm like 10 to 12K per week for Valor. And I'm not going to buy it. I won't buy it. I refuse. It is what it is. I'll play the game low and strong. And so now let's get into this conversation about the free to play. Oh, hey, Ron. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Ron. I haven't seen you in a little while. Oh, where you been, brother? But slow roll WW. I don't ask for the donations, my man, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, yeah, let's get into this the free to play talk a little bit, right? Because I know, God, my phone line in Discord in the game has been lighting up, and you guys have been lighting me a fire about this stuff, appreciating me talking about this stuff. So I love to talk about it. Listen, as you guys know, I can talk about this game for hours upon hours, as I do. But let's talk about one reason why this disparity with the whales. This is honestly This is a whale versus free-to-play low spender conversation. Let's not pretend it's anything different, okay? It is what it is. It's a whale versus free-to-play low spender. And I don't want to generalize anybody, to be honest with you. It's a generalized thing. I don't want to paint everybody into the box, because I'm sure there's some free-to-play players that stand on the fact we should have more stuff, and they want to build stuff, and maybe they're bored. I don't want to say every single free-to-play player. I'm not going to say every low spender. I'm not going to speak for anybody. I'll let you guys speak. What I'm hearing from all of you is that I'm touching on the nerve that you continuously are thanking me and asking me to continue to talk about it. And so I'm going to, because I God knows, I couldn't believe in this more. So what I really think is happening, and I'll go into why I think this is happening too. So the reason why this is free to play, low spender versus whale, and we've heard people talk about this, right? I know there's other content people that have said to you, like, well, the whales don't want everybody catching up, or they want the advantage, they want to, do more, and they don't want people catch up because they don't think it's fair, blah, blah. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So, as you know, when we talk about this free-to-play low spender, no one thinks that you're ever going to catch a VIP 18. That's not the conversation here anyway, right? Because it's 124 million. You're never catching them. Or that's never what I'm saying either, by the way, of you staying in the game. You also have to have expectations that are realistic too, right? Us having this conversation and me siding with anybody who's free to play low spend about this game and wanting to continue this game and have this, you also have to have realistic expectations, right? You're not trying to catch super whales. You're not necessarily even trying to catch somebody like me who's a VIP 17, right? You're trying to keep up with low spenders. You're trying to keep around mid-spender area. That's what you're trying to do. That's it. To be in those fights. Maybe to get the wrong team. Maybe like they have a missile and you have a strong tank, and that strong tank could be maybe a 5 million team stronger than you. You want a chance. When you use protectors during the season, or you use your battle cards, you want a chance to do something, okay? So let's be realistic of what we're talking about, and why I firmly believe, if we keep coming out with stuff, I've said this and beaten it down, that if we keep pushing, then that disparity, not the whales disparity from where I am, and not the VIP 18 disparity, which already exists between me and them, which I don't care about, is already going to exist and is going to continue to exist. And not even that disparity. What we're talking about is the disparity of you sitting at 55 million, and your next player that you're looking at is at 60 million or 65 million, and then they drop something new that player can spend on, that low spender, mid spender can spend on, that is now going to make that gap 15 million, 20 million, and you're literally going to be left in the dust, right? And that's really a divide there, because it's pretty much free to play and low spenders. I'll be honest with you. I've talked about this, but low spenders in my mind are like $50 or less a month is around a low spender. And I'll be honest with you, low spenders for the most part aren't very far from a free-to-play player. I've talked about this. Like a free-to-play player, granted, you guys are very busy and active during the week. You play things, you get all the digs, you're very active to get all the rewards that are for free, and the rallies, you're getting stuff, and you don't miss your arms races. You're like programmed to make sure you do the best there. You have a certain skill to make sure you can get every little juice, right? So if you had an orange juicer, a free-to-play player is very good at get all the juice out of that orange before you throw. You guys know what you're doing. Like Mewtwo touched on this when we were talking to him, right? You want to know how to get a little juice out of that orange, the little remnants out of the orange. Talk to a free-to-play player. They'll tell you the proper way to spend those resources. They'll tell you the right way to get those mobile tasks perfect. How do you squeeze those diamonds the proper way? Not the way you're just throwing them around and using them. It generally will tell you great advice when you're doing that, right? It could stretch a dollar, so to speak, right? So when you look at a low spender doesn't necessarily, some do, some don't. Again, I'm just generalizing. I'm not saying everyone. But generally, a low spender doesn't want to have to squeeze out the orange. They want to just squeeze the orange regularly and leave the little bit of pulp and throw it out and not have to do it. They don't have time to do it. They don't have time to necessarily be around for every single dig or play the game at that level. Sometimes they're a little bit, and sometimes by them spending and getting the advantage of doing stuff, they got the leg up because they actually spend. They do a $5 pack here and there. You know, they're getting the battle pass here and there. So they can make up a little bit. And the ones that are very active that do juice that extra orange, those are getting a big jump. Those are the disparity ones, right? A low spender that does the game right does have a big advantage on a free-to-play player because they do it correctly. But a lot of low spenders are in cruise control. They're on cruise control with it. They're like, game's not my life. I just toss a little bit here on my entertainment budget, and I do this, that, and the other thing, and I work on this, and I'll ask, what should I work on? Blah blah blah. So you got that. That's kind of disparity. So that's why when I talk about it, I kind of group them together because I really feel like they're in the same spot. When we get into mid spenders have an enormous advantage. When you talk about spending, if you're spending over $50 a month on this game, in your entertainment budget that you do, which, who am I to say whether your entertainment budget, like people could sneeze at that and be like, Jesus, who's got more? You're going to spend more than $50 a month? Listen, I mean, Amazon is calling your name. What's your Amazon bill look like for people, right? What the hell you spend on cable, for Christ's sake? Anybody who has cable around here, I mean, holy shit. I don't even have cable. It's outrageous money. Like, stupid. But, I mean, who is anybody to tell anybody else how to spend their entertainment budget? They want to do what they want to do. It's their business. But if you're spending over $50 a month, you're a mid-spender. No doubt about it. And you have a big leg up on the free-to-play low spenders. And that's why you're not in the same conversation. Although you'd benefit from the rest. You'd benefit from the break as well. You know you will. Because you also have a lot to do. You also are having that separation from the high spenders that really has taken over. Like, it's also been kind of big too. But at the same level, come on. You can't. Free-to-play and low spender are definitely in their own bucket. So, what do you talk about that, right? So what is it when we talk about not wanting them to catch up? What is it that we're talking about really? And I'll tell you one of the things that we're talking about. If you notice, majority of people, we have something in common. I don't know if you've even noticed this or this escaped you. But we have something in common, whether you're free to play, you're low spend, you're mid spend, you're high spend, or you're VIP 18. We're all completing our tech, aren't we? We're all moving across. Now, the VIP 18s have completed tactical. Like, I mean, a lot of them, right? I mean, I don't mean every single VIP 18, but the top of the tops have that at 100%. Some of the other VIP 18s at the next level are, 80%, 90%. I think I showed you VIP 18 Peanut tonight. She was like 69% or 70%, right? So now let's take that into consideration if they've already finished. The only way they get to that level is buying Valor. The only way they do it. They had to buy Valor. Because they can't collect that. Anybody who's seen how much this is, I mean, come on. There's no way you're going to get down here. And this is like between the resources and the Valor itself you're starting at 3,000. Right? You're starting at 3,000, one level of these things. I mean, you just talk to, and look at this. This first level, this one takes 3. The first level, 7,000. I mean, and that's just all the way down there. I mean, all these are the same way. 2,800. That's one level out of 10, out of 20. Just goes up and up and up and up. Right? So if you're VIP and you're sitting here and you've already bought all this value, you spent all this money and you're here. Do you really want people to keep chipping away and catching you? I just told you, I don't spend. I don't spend on Valor. I've never spent. And here I am, I've completed this mastery, I've completed this mastery, I've completed all my special forces, siege, defense, 98% truck, got all this, alliance, duel, all the things that cost Valor. I'm 23% on tank mastery here. But I don't buy Valor. And here I am, slowly but surely catching up. Slowly ticking, tick, 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 tick. As are you, by the way. As are you. Right? Some of you are out there, you're probably stuck with $140,000. You know, I've heard it before without the gold, right? So some people are trapped with a lot of valor and they can't use it, but a lot of people have the valor and they're slowly looking to use it. That's not stopping you. So all of these people have spent a lot of money on valor. Whose fault is that, though? The game creates things and people spend money in a hurry to max it, to prove they can. They want to prove something. So why should the entire game fall and blame free-to-play and low spenders for at the speed that they're going? The more the game makes something obnoxious, the more people go out there and complete it at the fastest rate. The game has to limit the amount of bond badges people can buy. They limit it. Then they can only do weekly, and they can only do it here and there. That's the only reason right now that everybody hasn't complete, not everybody, but you know what I mean. The VIP 18s aren't down here with Ultimate Overlord because they've limited it. They won't let them do it all at once. The game's trying to drag it out. It doesn't matter if they said, hey, listen, it's going to cost, let's say to get down here, it costs them $300,000. I'm just going to make up some random number. $300,000. If the game just put it all on sale all at once, somebody would go up and spend $300,000 and max out their gorilla. You know this. So the game, what does the game do? The game drags it out, so they can't. But isn't that the point? So let's say they maxed out the Overlord. Is that your fault to play the game? You're free to play low spend and you can't, so now they're going to come out with another thing that you can't even handle? The next thing and the next thing and the next thing? Listen, if we're only going to determine our speed of this game based on how people are at the speed at which people are going to buy, then that's it. It's already over. There's already an end. It's left. It's done. People are going to leave. It's all over. Because they can't keep up. So as much as you make it out there like people don't understand what's happening, like in the older servers, the newer servers or whatever, I think people understand exactly what the hell is going on around here. I don't think people are naive or stupid. I don't take anybody. I think they know exactly what's going on. I'm just saying it out loud. They know what the hell is going on. You're being outpriced. And everything they say from comments that you'll see, oh yeah, good luck, you know, sucks to be a whale, the game's gonna end in a hurry, you know, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. I mean, is it gonna end, really? No. I mean, I'll tell you right. I mean, there, you know, you could have 5,000 people leave this server right now. 500 people leave this server that I'm in. I mean, I could still be here playing the game by myself in the server. It's not like the game doesn't end. Then they'll just keep combining them. Because think about what they're doing in the game to preserve the game. You can already see what they're doing, right? What they're truly trying to do is have the people in the newer servers catch up. So that way, in case everybody decides to quit, they can just keep stockpiling new people into the servers with the people that already spent and keep mixing it in, right? They're still growing the game insanely. I talked about it when I started this. It was 2,190. We talked about this when we first started. They're still getting people to come into this game at the same clip of when I started 2 years ago. So to think that this game isn't going to continue for a little while, you know, we got a long way to go because they can combine servers and blah, blah, blah. But the point still remains that there's an end in the horizon if you continuously lose because the word gets out. More free-to-play players are playing the game. The more it continues to happen, the more you start alienating the people, the more the word gets out, and eventually you just kill the game. So before we go down that road and before we start killing the game, there's 100% stuff that we can do. There's actions that we can take. We don't need to continue to come out with the next best thing. So there's a couple things that could happen. You could completely separate free-to-play and low spenders. Free-to-play low spenders from whales. You can just give whales their own server. As far as I'm concerned, I think if you took a poll in the game and you asked free-to-play low spenders if they would just like to play their own game, they'd probably rather play their own game than be with the spenders. Just ask them. Take a poll. I don't think you will, because I don't think you're going to like the outcome of it. But let's be honest. They'd have a lot more fun if they just played with each other. So, I mean, that's one way to look at things. Or if you want to keep having everybody inclusive and you want to keep playing with everybody, then you need to do something. One of the things you also could do, as we've talked about, is tech, right? It's not like we haven't given suggestions here, by the way. It's not like everybody just complaining and bitching. It's go, well, you don't have any better ideas. What do you do? Well, 2 ideas to continue the game if you want. Number 1, don't do anything because you don't need to. That's the first thing. We've talked about this. Just have season 6 and move on. You're going to have a handful of people that are VIP teams that are going to be pissed off because they already spent on the game. Maybe they'll leave. Maybe they'll not leave. If you think they're going to leave, go check my previous point where the free-to-play and low spenders don't give a shit. Go ahead and let them leave because they're okay. And you don't care because you already have their money. If you're developers, you already have their money. You have it in your pockets. So if they leave, I mean, there's a certain VIP 18, it seems, that leaves every other week, right? No, I quit. Oh, I'm back. No, I quit. You know, sometimes it's just attention getting. Come on. Let's be real. If you're going to quit, then quit. No, what's the matter? Nobody cared enough, so then you come back. Okay. Whatever. But at the end of the day, don't do anything. You don't need to do anything right now. We've got enough. And to act like people don't have anything to work on is crazy. Like I've said, I'm a VIP 17. I have plenty to work on. And Lord knows you have plenty to work on. There's no way you're done. Free to play, low spender, mid spender, I don't care what you are. You got plenty of shit to do. Buildings to build. You got T11 material to try to get. Chips you're working on. You're still working on gear. Let's be serious. Who are we talking to? We're talking to free to play low spenders. How you tell them they don't have anything to do? I think they're still working on gear. They're still working on exclusives. What are we talking about? You don't have anything to do. It's silly. Of course you have stuff to do. You have plenty to do. So there's a couple things we could do, right? There's a couple things we have here. Like tech. Tech is something endlessly. Everybody agrees on. I said it's like the biggest, it's like the thing we all agree on. You know what I mean? It's like the thing that can bring us all together. All together in unison, regardless who does anything, whether you play the game, you create content, whatever you do, everybody agrees. What does it make too much sense that everybody agrees? Just give us more tech. We want non-valor tech. Everybody wants it. So give it to us. What is so hard? Create a whole nother tech tree. It's not that difficult. And I've also given the suggestion, give a separate tech tree to engineers. Allow free-to-play low spenders to start building and becoming a different role of how they can play, other than just smashing a 55 million into 100 million building. If you're an engineer, let them do specific things that only engineers can be, that only that tech tree does, and make those things be incredibly valuable to the game, so they are necessary. So strategically now, you want to use free-to-play low-spender players who want to be engineers, who build that way. And then you give a war, and then also, by the way, you have a war leader tree. So you don't have a bunch of strong people who are VIP 18s and different people. You don't have them going to the engineer tree. You have them going, oh shit, I have to be a war leader because how else am I going to get more strength over here and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, they have to be it, right? And you don't let them complete both. You let them choose, kind of like an old school role-playing game, if you will. You pick your character, right? And you start your journey and you live with that decision and you can't go back. You can't switch. You are that character, or you have to hit a reset button and you to do something else. Like you have to be that character. So if you're an engineer, you start going down that tree and you give them incredibly valuable things that only they can do, that only they have the ability to do. How about like being able to build advanced teleports? Maybe engineers have the ability of taking specific material and putting it together to make advanced teleports. How about that? How about you let them build their own gear in the gear shop? Only engineers, by the way. They can create blueprints somehow with material that you give. Right? You let them spend and collect diamonds so only engineers can buy skins. Engineers, if they save on some ungodly amount. Let them save 100,000 diamonds or something crazy. You only let them have that. Like, you give cool stuff, right? There's plenty of stuff out there that we're talking about that you can do over time. You can give a free to play that doesn't infringe on the people that necessarily bought. These people aren't close. Stop pretending like they're close. They're not. They're not bumping up against the pay-to-play players. There's a big disparity. So give them ability to do things with the engineer role. There's plenty of cool stuff you could do out there. It's just, you know what I mean? But instead, what do we end up with? You know, there's these conversations going on with the devs and these VIP team meetings, or with people who knows who's talking in these conversations. Do these people who are talking to the devs even love the game? Do they even love it? Are they passionate about the game? I don't know. I don't know who's talking to them. But I know that when they create things and they take things like these events and they put out something like Street Rush and they give us the same exact course, it just feels like recycled product. How could you get behind that? Makes it very difficult with all the good things that we talk about and the great decisions that we have and we play. Listen, and guys, I can't tell you how positive I've been about. Everybody knows that you're here right now. You know how much I love this game. I do this Sundays. I do this on Mondays. I do this on Wednesdays. We're here with lives. I'm helping people all day. I'm taking requests. I don't collect money on Discord for improvements for people that want help, people that want team help. I don't want your money. I don't want your bricks. I just want to help you. You have a question? Who the hell am I? Of course I'll answer it. I'm just looking to help the game, help the players. I want to keep playing. We want to keep going. We're having fun. This is a blast when we do this shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's answers to the question and the equation here, and I don't think it's about necessarily acting like people aren't smart. People don't have YouTube and see what's going on out in the crest and know what's going on with the other servers and know what the hell's happening. You all know. I know you all know. I have full faith that most of you know exactly what the hell is going on out there. Whether you're in server 500, 700, 800, and you see us doing this here, you know what's going on. You know the difference. You see what's happening to the poor people that are OGs in servers that are like 3 through 20, and then the other OGs that have moved on, 21 through 68 and stuff. All these people that have been around. You see what's going on with them being trapped in their servers, and they need to let them out, let them free. Let them combine with the next grouping of servers. I mean, some of this stuff is obvious, guys. This isn't brain surgery to figure out how to fix some of these things. Let the people out. They've done their time. You don't need to be in solitary confinement. You want a testing audience? You have it. Use 190, do 3 through 196. You have us. Go ahead. We have a responsibility. We started playing this game together. We're a few days apart. We all know. We'll be your test dummies. It's okay. Sign it up. It's kind of part of being a beta tester. You get the stuff first. Sometimes it sucks and you live with it. It's okay. It's part of the deal. You get to say, aha, I'm an OG. I've been here. But then you know what? At least do it together. Don't trap a small little grouping over on there and have them all quit and let out because you want a sample size of like 40 people to poke and test like a bunch of test dummies. Just let them in here and let them enjoy the game. They can come into our servers. We can populate and have a good time. Yeah. And I don't know, like, what's the answer? We have a lot of dead servers. We have a lot of stuff going on. I can tell you, though, the answer isn't to combine these servers where you should take a server and combine it, for example, into 118. Somebody like Doberman, who, by the way, we'll have on at some point, too, to talk about it. That guy's been building this server since Season 2. He's been cultivating and having people who don't want to be here move on and take in specifically a lot of people that want to be here. He's cultivated an environment that's here, that people that want to fight, that want to hear, that want to be here. So to take a server and just like not give them the option, just say, hey, guess what? You're moving into 118. Here you go. Take 100 people that are dead accounts or that don't want to play the game. We don't know what else to do with them, so we're going to put them on your lap. What? How does that make sense? And by the way, did you ask those people if they wanted to move? because maybe they don't want it. Maybe they want to just sit on whatever server and just camp out and do shit. They don't want to do anything. They don't want the pressure on them. They don't want people to yell at them and burn them because they didn't participate one afternoon because they happened to have a baptism to go to their godparent on, so they couldn't make the war that you want. You got life stuff going on. Maybe they don't want it. Maybe they don't want the lifestyle. Maybe they just want to play the game on their little quiet server where they are. Leave them alone. I say leave them alone. I mean, with all the stuff we're talking about, is that really the problem we're working on? That's what we're pointing at and saying is the number one? No. Listen, the problem here is that we've given too much stuff all at once. We've gotten the money through the exclusive weapons and the Overlord. We came out with the T11s. There's a lot of stuff. There's chips. There's a lot of things that cost a lot of money to do in this game. And there's plenty of money being pumped in. We see it all the time. 2,190. So we don't need to do anything. That's the bottom line. And we keep talking about it, and we'll continue to talk about it as a subject. And somebody listens, they listen. If they don't, they don't. We didn't start this. We didn't start this account to sit here and be on a government panel to try to be on the committee of developers. But I mean, listen, if nobody else will talk about it, then we keep talking about it. So that's it. That's the whole thing. That's everybody's been messaging us about. Everybody's talking about. We'll keep spreading the word. We'll keep fighting the good fight on the improvements that need to happen in the game, and hopefully we continue to play the game with each other. So anyway, that is rant for tonight. So let me go through real quick. I have not gotten your questions today. I've completely ignored all of you, which is probably the first time in WWC history. We have been so busy tonight on stuff. And that's going to happen because I told you, I really want to get some organization around these events. Like Monday, I want events. Like tomorrow, we have scheduled stuff that we're going to start doing. Wednesday, we have the coordinates list, folks, that we're going to start doing. We have our special guests happening today. Tomorrow, obviously, the T11 work through that we have. We're going to have a new segment, by the way, called Free to Play Corner. I'm going to bring a different free to play player in and start talking to them and letting them voice how they're playing, give some tips out that they want to the community and help out. So if you're interested, by the way, I'm not looking necessarily, it doesn't always have to be somebody like Mewtwo, Darman or anybody, like, we can get people in here that are free to play that I'd love to have as guests to talk to anybody. So if you're interested and you don't mind and you're open to it on the mic, hey, send a message out to me. I'd love to talk to you and just ask what it's like, how you're killing, what you do, what you're spending on, what your stuff. I think it's great for the community to see. Might be a tip for other free-to-play low spenders that they don't usually see. I love it. I love that stuff. I love bringing everybody in here and talking. So if you're interested in being in the WWC arena and you don't mind, just message me, man. I'd love to spotlight a different free-to-play low spender every single week. That's what I really would love to do. So yeah, send me a message, will you? Yeah. So between that I really like to do that on Mondays, by the way, if you're free, like a Monday, because we already have our special guest that we do tonight, and then coordinates list is a special guest we have on Wednesdays. So we have some cool stuff coming with coordinates list. We're talking through it right now, by the way. So we'll see what we end up with. But might be back in the arena, in the WWC arena here. Which I love back. But I also threw it out there to anybody in the coordinates list because I love to hear their stories and go through it. Okay, let me get to some of your questions. I built my second tank con. Should have went with my second tank con early. Best shoot. I don't know. I felt like I was sitting. Let's see your question. Using. Oh, Chicken Charlie, I missed that. I'll have to ask that. Mewtwo's using Scarlet at all on tanks. That's a great question. I don't know. Oh, he answered it, I think. There you go. All right, don't worry about him. 120 minutes last night. 218 WC. Oh, Ant joined. Welcome in, Ant. Glad to see you. Later. Shout out to 670. For that, Jake Charlie, don't forget to send me your ID for the win for the $50 that Mewtwo donated, going right to you. Let's see. Lyman tanks versus air to move their marshal to be on top or bottom rather than the middle. They can target one attacker after Statman and Marshal's weapon. Harder. Also have 3 whales on 309. Oh, okay, that was to Mewtwo, I think. Strategy and advice for new server. Best strategy in Warzone. Okay. Burf, if you're still on, that's a hell of a name. Burf. Best strategy in Warzone early on is to get people to participate. That is really the key to everything, is get people to participate. If you can't get the people, you're in trouble to begin with participation. But really, Discord is starting Discord early is the best thing you can do for any server war. Hopping on a Discord call and making sure everybody's talking to one another for assignments and talking about where to go, where to be, where people want people. If you can't talk and communicate to one another, it makes it very difficult to have great fights. So I would start there. And then, game plans. Game plans as far as organization of what corner to pop in and own a corner, own a cannon. Make sure you're splitting cannons. Get at least 2 cannons. Don't give up, 2 cannons and let the other server have like 3 cannons, 4 cannons. Put you behind the 8 ball. So that's some good starter stuff, at least, as we get through this stuff. Outlines and no sleep. Mewtwo stuff that we were talking about. All right. Where to see all-time rankings? Oh, you can't see all-time rankings. Beck is working. There's Beck. He's working on it. I just joined for singing. Yeah. He is now actually nickname in mine. So the shield thing is so handy. It's dark time. All right, cool. We're getting through this stuff pretty quick. This is all early on. Big guys just fight during the season. Have Ragnar and then. I had someone trying to hit me with T11. Here's a question. Oh, okay, good. Now we're finally at the end. Oh, it's always a pleasure, Mewtwo. Always a pleasure having you. Pun is leasing you out. Pun wants your help. Game ID on Discord. Oh, thank you, Charlie. I got you. I'll send it over to you. I killed fun. I'm being paid for it. Oh man, that is the dream. That is the dream. 100 weeks sound great. Anytime. Mewtwo has been sold. Boy, you didn't even go to the highest payer, Mewtwo. You sold yourself short. I don't know how much. The starting bid was $100 a week. You don't know where that could have went to. The guy with 210 in season 5. Okay, we're doing good. We're moving down. Quick question: transfer events. Okay, I already answered to you. We're talking. Man, I got all these questions done. I feel good. Talking to a guy to get him to drive from gold to purple. Like we are in good shape. Good, because I didn't want to feel like I skipped out the questions. I did. Thank you all for joining tonight, by the way. I didn't get to shout out to a lot of you. YSR, haven't seen you for a while. Good seeing you. Noodles and Joe and Ant and Diamore. Love seeing all you guys out here. Oak Crash. Maybe it's our hero to you are. Okay, here comes the ideas. Cable still exists. Cable does, Beck. It's through YouTube and everything else, but yes, it still exists. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Cox and stuff like that, Comcast, Cable, and all that nonsense. Punt. Some of the VIP 18s want a country club type of game for them. Yes, no lie. Punt got that right. Yes, it's true. They do. They don't want anybody to catch them, and they want the game the way it is. You're gonna be top dog. I can't research like you did. I won't have nothing this Wednesday if I do that. Diamore. Yeah, I mean, I don't forget, you're looking at somebody who's a big spender, but at the same point, yeah, you also have to understand a lot of people that have played with us for a long time, pay or not, are around completing all of your tech. I mean, the non-Valor tech. They've gone through a lot of it. you could see free-to-play players. I see it. I see free-to-play players that share their tech with me, and it looks phenomenal. It's like, okay, they've done the majority of the power stuff. There's a lot of stuff that even if they had the opportunity to do, I don't think they really would do, to be honest with you. So there's that. But wait until you get to that tactical tree. It's just a joke. Nobody's catching anybody without paying for Valor. Like, I mean, I told you, I'm never paying for it. It'll happen when it happens. Pun, give us buildings that produce Valor and weapon shards. That'll never happen, Pun. Unfortunately, like, I don't, not that I don't want it, Pun. I just, you know, it's like they already paid. It's these VIP teams already paid all that money for all that Valor. And now, you know, clearly they're the ones that are going to throw a shit fit if somebody gets, you know, these things like Valor and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. It is what it is, but I don't think those things will happen. Like I said, I gave the idea, to me, is making engineer tree and only allowing free-to-play engineers who want to be stapled as an engineer. They're not allowed to switch to war leader. Once you become an engineer, you cannot switch. That's how the game works. Plenty of role-playing games do this. Some of them start from scratch this way, right? If you pick to be a wizard or you pick to be whatever, they start this way if you're a role-player game. So it's not that crazy to say, hey, that person picked to be an engineer, and they're going to get to do things that an engineer does, which is do things like build blueprints or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, let them do it. Let them do it. And then you make the war leader get crazy power stuff. So people that are really strong will be attracted to get that war leader stuff. Because everybody's spending money, and you got all this that are high spenders have egos. They're going to have egos. So you know they're going to pick war leader because they have an ego. That's the bottom line. Like, that's why they're going to do it. The same reason why they're throwing a fit to say, hey, like, give me something new. Give me something new. This is what it is. But I just need free-to-play low spenders to get something to keep them occupied, to keep them busy, to keep them doing stuff that they want to play that's valid and they'll want to play and do, you know. And that's what I say. Or what is that, Leonito? Is that his? Leonito. Oh man, this freaking guy. Listen, I'd rather have him liking me from afar. That's all I can tell you guys. This guy was hunting me for weeks. It seemed like we were in that server war. This guy's nuts. He's so strong, and he is a killer. He's not the guy we were talking about that doesn't know how to kill or know what to do with the strength. He's dangerous, man, because he has the power and he knows. Yeah, exactly. He's 450 THP now. I'm not changing that. I'm taking Mewtwo's bid. When Leonida comes around, I'm going to see 454 and I'm going to disappear. Yeah, it's just fun, man. Anyway, yeah, that's what I would say, Punisher, unfortunately. Farmer Nibs, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good time tonight. Hey, Turkey, welcome in. Elite's top tier rant. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I did have a bit of a rant. There definitely that's A plus true. That's cheap. You could you saw. I'm telling you, man. You should have had a bidding war. I'm switching lineups for World Boss Power. Can you talk that a little? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what World Boss is tonight. If you remind me tomorrow, Chicken Charlie, I'll also share the lineup for tomorrow. So tonight for us is Tank Hero. Honestly, if you're all missile, the best thing for me is when I hit it with missile, because my tanks are weak, and missile actually will give you a big. I'm sure I'm not the only one, by the way, that plays it with missile team. Right here, look, Doberman. He hits all missile on tank day. So all tanks are all missile when you are just a T1 missile person and you don't work on your tanks. When you hit with missile, it'll actually give you. And by the way, we're doing that because even if we moved around all our pieces with our tank team and tried to get the best lineup in there, it still doesn't produce what our full missile team does. That's how crazy it is. But I will show you if I have a tank lineup that. Oh, here you go. This is me switching tanks. So this is around the best one that I think I did. So I have Marshall, Mason, Swift, Stepman, and Kim in my lineup. And I'm sure if I did that, I was switching everybody around. As you can see here, I put Mason first and then Marshall. I move them all around. So here you can see I have Mason here, third. I do endless lineup switches when I'm doing World Boss. So as you can see, every single possible combination. Swift in front. Then I had Mason fourth. And all this. And my top lineup, as you can see, with the most points that ended up with my endless switching was Marshall, Mason, Swift, Stetman, and Kim. That's the best I could do. Now, the other thing I want to talk about World Boss is you can copy people's lineup and see how you do. But honestly, you really need to do it for yourself. It only gives you kind of an inkling of good heroes to use. It all depends on what heroes you built. Like if you're using Swift, but he's not an exclusive 30, or, you know, maybe your missile isn't high on mastery, or, you know, there's different things that are going to impact the lineup. So somebody can't really dictate to you the best lineup to use for World Boss. You kind of can cheat and use somebody else's, but you also have to try to your own. This is the best shortcut you can have. But if you really want to maximize your power, sorry, like you have to do it yourself because everybody's built different based on your mastery and your chips and your combination of players. So that's the best I can tell you, that this was the best for me. And as you can see, like I tried everybody in every single place in every lineup, and this is the best that I have. And I would have mixed in Tesla into this and Fiona into this. Swift was my best hero to use in World Boss. So, but then also you can see here, we just end up using this team because even when I built, I'm at 28 million. Even then, I'm still getting 31 million from full missile. It is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Here you want to see I can give you my full missile lineup clearly. I'm able to use full missile. If you're not, if you don't use missile at all, God, I've been able to use full missile for so long at this point. It's very difficult for me to even tell you who I used to. I would say Marshall would be somebody, if you're not using full missile, you always want to mix in Marshall, because he's helpful into any lineup. Missile works great because, as we've talked about before, missile skills, they're the only group, the only team that helps each other's skills. It says multiplied by the number of missiles in the lineup, multiplied by the number of missiles in the lineup. It really is dependent on the missile team who's helping the most of the missiles. So that's why this really works so well. But Marshall always helps teams as you're doing, and then you can try your main attackers in here. Maybe Stetman 30. It depends on who you have. 30. Kim. You can try mixing her in the mix for it. I don't know. I'm telling you, guys. So at this point, it's been so many seasons that I've been using this full missile lineup for World Boss. Very difficult to give solid advice for what's going to help you. Not to mention, same story here. It's all going to depend on your own. And then my air lineup, the highest that I've had is Marshall, Sarah, Skylar, Diva, and Morrison. This is the best combination that I've done here. And as you can see, it's by a long shot. Like I've gone over and over and over again trying to do this. This one I will tell you, endlessly I've done this lineup right here. Oh my God. I've used so many heroes trying to get my air as high as possible. Because I keep trying to get my goals up. I was trying to claim the oil here. So I've just like pushed and pushed and pushed for that. So the other thing is a cheat. Again, just look at the rankings and see who's using what lineup. That's your cheat code in your own server. Just see who's using it in here. You know what I mean? Like, it's the best thing you could do is see what everybody's combination is. But nothing beats just sandboxing your own World Boss and trying to lift it. It's very exciting too, by the way. It's a payoff that feels awesome when you actually beat your own score or your cheat code one. It's like, man. See what I mean? VMware's using the aircraft set up against the missile bot. See what I mean? Like, sometimes your strongest team works no matter what your team you're going against. So try that as well. Try different teams. They don't limit the number of hits anymore that you have. So just keep whacking that thing with different lineups. What you do, you know. Okay, let's see. Nothing I'd like to thank you, Farm Names. I appreciate you. Love being here, KB. I'm sorry. Thank you, Ant. What order would you level up drone skill chips tanks get up to 8 stars? I find for me, skill chips. I've done a bunch of sandboxing on this. Lethal Firestorm actually has gotten me the most points when leveling up. So if you want to know, by the way, you can do this on your own. You can hit chip reset, and you can reset. You can take this chip off. You can remove this chip right here, and you can do a chip reset on it, and it's all free. And you can increase those stars one at a time if you didn't know that. So you can, and then you just put them right back. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost whatever. You can take it off and chip reset it. You won't lose anything. It doesn't cost you resources. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you really want to know, if you want to do some sandboxing, you can do that and slowly increase them 1 star at a time if you want. What I've found for the chips is I get more damage when when my Lethal Firestorm is up. It's a no-brainer that the first 1 to 5 really should be the Lethal Firestorm because it adds the extra drone target. I believe that's 5 at level 5 that happens. Right here, level 5, drone bombing targets increased by 3. That is so important. So I would recommend you always to moving Lethal Firestorm up to 5, the first 1 to 5. But as I've tried to do the damage testing at 6, at 7, like having my others moved, it's incredibly important. The thing about chips to understand is everybody will say like, oh, move this one up like 8 stars, like move your middle one up by 8 stars, right? You move your quantum field up 8 stars, leave your other ones at 6, blah, blah. Understand that the way the chips work, they're designed to work off one another. That's the design of the chips. They all have an important component that they play off one another. So although you think you're getting some kind of edge by improving and getting 1 to 8 and the rest of 5, it's not going to happen. They're all incredibly important in what they do in a different skill set and how they're doing it. And they work better depending. You're using four, like if you're using 4+1, you're having one hero that doesn't even get that chip usage. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's many different aspects to take in when you're doing the chips, what you're using them for, how you're using that team, if you're doing 4+1. So, but what I've done so far with my battle testing, just checking damages, I've tried to go through this with sandboxing. I did this element where I test like one component, one chip, not the other chip. You can actually remove a chip. And one thing you can do is completely remove one chip, right, with all your stars. Just do that. And then go attack somebody. And then as long as you're attacking the same person, put that chip back, right? And then remove this one. And do the same thing. If you actually want to see like which chip specifically is showing you more damage, more improvement, whatever, they all do something different, right? From a defensive perspective, from everything else. That's a quick way for yourself to see. If you really want to look at it and you have the time to sandbox and you're a geek like me, you can slowly increase the stars 1 at a time and attack the same person. Reset the chips and do it over and over and over again. And it's endless fun. The only thing I would tell you is you have to hit the same person over and over. That's why it's great to try in in here, because this is endless. You can continue to hit the same thing over and over again. The same battle, right? You can have it in here over and over and over again and lose. At least you're fighting the same team over and over and over again. So that's why it's very helpful. But, you know, otherwise you can try to hit a sled over and over again. I know Landon and Carlitos send me reports all the time, battle reports all the time, that they're hitting on each other in their own server. They used to have an agreement. They go to different teams, and then they hit each other during their server to just have fun and like try different lineups and stuff, you know. But for doing the skill chips, I recommend you more try it in the more test in there for sandboxing. That would be my best I got for you. Oh man, what am I gonna call you? I'm gonna call you Savage, even though you're SVAGER. I'm still gonna call you Savage. See how I wordplay? So a little scramble. Savage, I'm happy to have you in as a subscriber. Thank you, sir. Always happy to have anybody. I miss Diamond League, those extra valor. Yep, it does. It has extra valor. This team is unbelievable with versus. It's crazy. I don't do anything crazy, but we keep winning. It's just the entire team that contributes. Oh, you know what else I saw? If you go in and try to join the game, one thing that's really fun, you know how people used to be able to build dead accounts like for versus, and they build shitty accounts and go on the server? I went in, and if you guys go in right now into your game, and maybe it's just in my server ranking, server grouping, but if you try to add an account right now, it won't let you choose your current server rank. It would only let me choose the newer one. I don't know if that was just temporary, or they just did this now, or I don't know if they changed it. And you can't go to any server and join. I don't know what's up with that. It might have been just temporary. I don't know when I tried to click it, but it would only let me choose like 21 something, 2191 or something like that. I don't know what it was when I was checking it. Check that earlier. See if you can go to any server or just the latest one. Hey, Chicken Charlie, can't take my question time to challenge for Buster Day, Chicken Charlie. I'm not sure. Did you have a question? Not sure, Chicken Charlie. At the game, Super Tank Team works really good. Thank you for putting my base out in YouTube. I'm using that aircraft setup, even though order level 5. Question could be, when do you put Swift in the front position? Oh, Swift in the front position. Man. Swift is now next to the Overlord on the left over here. When we were doing it, I don't think I could do it in 3v3 anymore. Storm Marine, I haven't done it. I could show you with the defense. So Swift now, go here. And man, that was the only way I was able to beat like Dober earlier in this week. I beat him a couple times with this lineup where I put Swift next to the Overlord. Man, it was a huge cheat code. We're seeing amazing results in battle reports over and over with Swift on the left side, front left. So that's what I've been running for the last week or so. Again, with major success, just seeing a spike in damage by putting him over there. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing is, I also do, by the way, when I move Swift over, I'm always having Tesla right behind him. So I move him over as well. But yeah, that's what I would say. Try Swift as, and then get your battle reports and send them in. So everybody that's sending in battle reports, I'm getting a ton of them that are that way. So rescue. Okay, my question was the world boss. Oh, didn't I get you in? I told you the world boss, right? What else did you want? Nice. I currently have Swift full red gears in the front, position 2. Right. Yeah, I put him position 1. There you go. What? Leonida, look at this. Guy's giving me black tea. He's gifting me stuff. Leonida. Maybe he wants to come to 118. That would be great if he wanted to come to 118. Huh? Something similar with Diva in front row. Similar with Diva. Correct. Yeah, similar, but I have not tried. We have not tried Diva over in the Storm Arena. We have not put Diva in the... we have not tried Diva here yet. So I'm not sure. We'll have to give that a shot and see what happens. I'll do some testing on that and see how that works out. We'll do some sandboxing and see how that works. Not sure. But, all right. So listen, guys, as you know, we've been going for over 3 hours. Tonight has been amazing. Thank you so much to our guest, Mewtwo, for stopping in. Thank you all. listen, as I always say, you guys could have been anywhere tonight and you chose to spend it with us. I truly appreciate that. QB18, out.